Hello everyone, I'm here. Hi, or something to you, Puff. How's it going? Hey, Ren. Right, I haven't been online in forever. My room is a mess. I've just come back off of a break slash holiday slash time away from Berlin. So my room's a mess. I have a lot of washing everywhere. That might have been here before I went on a holiday, but that logic doesn't matter. Anyway, I thought I should turn my stream on, which it's on, so that's cool. So I'm gonna go VOD review, like, stuff and things. I was taking Angie to the station, so I didn't get to catch the second series of the day. So I figured one of the things which I has been asked of me is to review some games which I don't know the result of. My camera's really dark, isn't it? It's fine. So yeah, I know the result, but I don't know much about the gameplay, like, at all, so it's better than it normally is. I need to quickly make an Insta post. Or something. Oh yeah, I also did a TikTok slash other things about fake Azari skin, because that 450 euros or whatever is going to come out of my bank account at some point, and I'm going to be sad about it. But that's the thing. That's the nature of life. Okay, how's everyone doing? I'm gonna wait like a minute or two. Crime. I do a lot of crime. It's not something a criminal would say, though, is it? They wouldn't admit that in public. My crime is being too charismatic. For speaking truth too well. For crossing roads, even when it's a red light, even though the road is safe. These are things which I do. Right, I'm gonna do things soon. God, my laptop screen is dirty. Ugh. Okay, I don't want to take a picture of that. Take a picture of this instead. That's fine. I can do that. We'll get to it soon, folks. I'll get to it soon. Cool. Alright, I think I'm good to go now. Right, let me go find this game. I need to find Epic Pen as well. Where's my Epic Pen? Right, let's go. It's that. This is not what I want. Let's go to YouTube. And I need to, where's YouTube? There you go. Cool. Where's LPL? So I can take it off the live VODs, I think. Hey, I'm live. That's me. Oh my god, that's me. Hey. Right. So we've got this one. Hopefully this is still gonna work. Oh god, that's loud. It's very loud. Right, where are we at? Where's the first game here? Here we go. Should be around about here. Let's go find my stuff. Hey, Angie. How's it going? Right, we're on this. I need to do some shenanigans real quick. That should be fine. That should be okay. God, this is a long VOD. I hope it doesn't crash because it's a long VOD. And we'll get to it soon, I assume. Oh, I should probably open up my YouTube chat as well. I do have my YouTube stream on. If you're on YouTube watching this, I'm speaking to Twitch, mostly. Because I tend to get more views there. And that's fine. But, you know. Worth keeping an eye on things. Keep things taking along. Hey Esther, how's it going? Righty. Let me just set up my scene again real quick. And I'll put on the volume. I do kind of want to listen to the cast a little bit. Mazel asked me to give him some feedback. So we will keep an eye on that. Anything else in here? Yeah, I'll take the tip jar with me. There we go. We shall become Big Mirror. I also need to get my Epic Pen set up real quick. I should have done this before, but, you know, me and planning ahead. Do I have my Epic Pen? There we go. Cool. That's that. That. I think with that, I think we're good to go, folks. So, get yourselves a drink. Get yourself comfortable. And we shall start. So, this is the first day of LPL for Summer 2024. Let me start again, just in case I want to upload this VOD. I will upload this VOD. Hey everyone, it's been a while. I had a break, and while MSI was happening and other things, I went on holiday for a bit. I went back to the UK, and that meant that I've not really been around as much. My room's a mess. I'm a mess, but that's okay. We get through these things. I'm going to do a VOD review of some of the very first professional games we have on the new patch, and a lot has changed. A lot of AD carries have changed. Skarn is now enabled. Corki is an AD champion again, like he was in the times of before. Aren't we all a mess, kinda? Yes, we are, Ren. Kinda. You know. Let me show this on the screen, actually, very briefly. Yeah. So, with all this stuff in mind, I wanted to watch some gameplay of the new patch. Watching the changes happening on the new patch just as patch notes comes down is one thing, but actually seeing how pros implement it is another. Weibo had a couple of roster changes coming into this split, and NIP were already a top 4 team, yeah. They beat out FPX, but they lost to JDG. But it was a good series in spring playoffs. So they are one of our better LPL teams, and Weibo, with the changes that they brought in, should, on paper, be a pretty good team. They brought in Breathe and Tarzan to top lane and jungle. Breathe had an incredible spring on RNG, and has just been a monstrous individual top laner for a little while. And Tarzan took a split off, but the last time we saw him, he made it to LPL finals in summer and took the JDG super team to 5 games in summer finals. He had a bad world championship. I'm not going to pretend he didn't, but still, in terms of a regional level for LPL, this guy is really, really good. So I think we should be able to learn something, at least, about the meta from 14... Wait, what even is the patch? 14... something. I should really check that, doesn't it? Is it 14.11? Is 14.11 LPL sound? You know, actually, let me check. I should have done this beforehand. That would have been really useful. Oh, let's see. You got something for me there, friend? Oh no, it's gonna be weird, isn't it? It's summer placements. That's why it's super weird. 1410. That gives us some context, and we can work with that. Right. So, with that in mind, let's get into it. I have to think you guys. I guess that's on me for saying come and say hi or something. Right, also another thing, this is Fearless Draft. Now that'll take into account, we'll take that into account in games 2 and 3, but what that means is if a team picks a champion, they cannot pick it again that series. So anything you see picked by these teams in this game cannot be picked by that same team in another game. That doesn't mean the other team can't play it. So what we're likely going to see is something like Varus being taken on one side in game 1, and then on game 2 or game 3 as it might be, Varus can be picked by the other team later in the series. That's quite a common thing that we've seen in so I'm quite familiar with Fearless Draft because I say Sam as if he's in the other room. He's actually not here right now. He's still back in the UK for a bit. But we are very familiar with it from the development league of the LPL, which is the LDL. They have Fearless Draft there. And that changes the way that you want to draft. Potentially you can give over a lot of power picks in one draft and expect to lose that game, but then kind of like split up your own power picks for the remaining games. You can have like stronger drafts more consistently through a series. A lot of stuff for that. I'm not going to harp on as much about that right now. Let's get into it. I've waffled a lot, haven't I? I've waffled a lot. Okay, so let's go back a little bit. I did say I was going to listen to the cast a little bit too, so that'll come across. And I'll pause as things happen, I guess. If the VOD's going to load, that'll be great if it loads. I really like it when VODs load for me.
My man is back,
cool.
And I couldn't be more excited. Obviously, the Griffin transplant for so many years ago, then spent 3 years.
Let's go back to the start actually here, because that's a really good point which Mazal brought up. Tarzan was, of course, part of the Griffin roster, which was really, really exciting in the LCK when that came up there. I think the VOD is not liking me skipping between things. Let's see what the volume's like. Seems okay. Yeah, I think question marks on Aki is the right way to put that. Aki is a good litmus test for the team. Aki does very well or very poorly, and his team thrives or dies by him. Or at least he's a signal of how the team does. His KDA fluctuates quite heavily. Okay.
one of this fearless
So stuff that...
best of 3 in Group D.
Fearless draft, yep. Group D, yes, we have a group system in the LPL as well now. Okay, big things to talk about at first. Rumble Ashe, bot lane prior picks. They are very, very good as a duo. You can play the Ashe as the AD carry. I thought there was some really crazy Essence Reaver Ashe builds because you get Hawkshot up so often now with Essence Reaver. Oh, no, the Quick Blade. What? There's one of the refund items, the cooldown refund. It would be Essence Reaver then, or... Hey, Mazel, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. Well, Mazel, I did say that I was going to do some review of... so I'm reviewing the series, but I'm also going to be putting in... I'm gonna be taking notes on cast stuff as well. So once I've gone through this, I did hear more of the first series than I did the second series. For those of you that are missing the context here, Mazel is casting these games. I was casting the first one, so I'll take some notes down as we're going through this too, and hopefully we'll get some good feedback from Mazel at the end of it too. And yeah, we'll go through it as we see it. So we have big individual split push threats being banned out by NIP. Breathe is a very good individual player. Being Breathe versus Shanji is a hell of a matchup actually. That's really good when it comes to the individual top laners. Breathe is a very good Rumble player himself. He's a very good Twisted. He's one of the best Twisted Fate top laners. I wouldn't be surprised to see Twisted Fate crop up for either of these top laners in the series. One game each maybe. They're both very, very big players of that. Breathe can also play the Yasuo counter pick, which of course is unlikely. Well, the great thing about this, in terms of Fearless Draft, if you lock in the Twisted Fate for NIP and Breathe has the Yasuo counter pick, then NIP will use up their Twisted Fate pick, which is very, very powerful because TF top lane is very, very strong. But Weibo still have like a really good matchup for it, so that's not just an isolated power pick. There are ways to work with that. Okay, now we change things here. So we have Skarner locked in. What is Skarner good at? Skarner is a tanky initiating champion. Can be played in both top and jungle roles. Does a lot of damage without having to build any damage. Skarner in a lot of ways is quite similar to Cassante, which we all know what he can do. Skarner can go through walls. He has a lot of CC. Very good into tank matchups. And is a flex pick as well. Now the thing is, when you're in Fearless Draft, you don't really get to use the flex pick that much, because you can't pick it in top lane one game and then jungle in another game. You can only pick it once per series. That's just something to pay attention to as things go through. It's the first pick, it's still flexible, and we can work with that.
Now, interestingly enough, if you end up going
I started going through his abilities and I could literally make a copy paster out of it. That sounds about right. And so yeah, I'm interested to see there are a couple of things which I'm interested in seeing. I'm interested in seeing what NIP lock in towards top. Well, whether they will blind pick top lane or whether they will try and lock in something like the Twisted Fate and just say, Breathe, come at me. Now, I'm actually quite worried for NIP if they lock in the TF here. Okay. Okay. So why am I worried about this? Because I think that Breathe is one of the best top lane Yasuo players in the league. And I think that the Skarner is a very good flex pick away from that TF. Plus, Skarner is really good at running at TF as well. Just really good at doing that.
Yeah, taking the Nautilus away from the center here is actually huge. It provides a lot of engage.
Good point by Trouble. Take away the Nautilus from the center to... Let's have a think about this. So, AD carry champion pool has changed a little bit. Of course, we still got the Kalista inbound. Varus is still good as well. When you lock in a Senna, you know that is very likely going to be a tank pairing with that champion. Now, the ones which are best are probably in order. Well, it depends on draft a little bit. But the best one is Nautilus. Hey, Brack. Thanks for the welcome back. I appreciate it. I think that Nautilus is the best center pairing right now. And then after that, depending on draft, it's Ornn if you want Nautilus light. And then it's Tahm Kench after that point. But either way, you have three really big champions. Big, beefy champions. You don't necessarily have stuff like the Senna, Senna Kalista, Senna Varus, Senna... What else was there? Senna Samira, stuff like that. Oh, Senna Neela. That was the other one. Yeah, so that was so we're not really seeing like the ranged support bullies, and what this does is it does actually unlock Aphelios a little bit, because what you're looking for, because you know it's likely to be a tank on the other side, is that when you see the center locked in, you can immediately respond with an AD carry that is good at wailing on tanks. Now, some things have changed. Now, Press the Attack is pretty okay at keeping up a lot of the on-hit-y, attack speedy, auto-attack champions that liked lethal tempo before. But Varus is still worse in general, partly because lethal tempo was really, really good at stacking up stuff like Terminus as well, which gives you resist. That is actually a genuine on-hit, right? Press the Attack doesn't really replace the ability to use attack speed for things outside of damage. So things on hit builds are a little worse now with well, no, significantly worse now with lethal tempo not being on the table, which means that Varus is less good into stuff like tanks. So you don't necessarily want to pick Varus right here. So their answer is Light's Aphelios. Light is one of the very few Aphelios players in the LPL who will pick it pretty much whatever the season. The other one is 1xN for TT. Because that guy is just an absolute freak of nature on that champion. And then they use that as well, as Troubles pointed out in cast, to take away the Nautilus as the prime pairing away from the enemy team as well. Now, I don't think that Ornn is bad into the Nautilus. I do think there was a 2v2. I think Aphelios Nautilus is pretty happy going up against Senna Ornn. Do need to be very careful not to give over a winning mid-jungle, though. I feel like... especially once Twisted Fate's on the table too, there are a lot of ways to dive onto this duo and things get really nasty really quickly. So you don't want to give over a pushing mid lane, which means you want to be banning... Well, I mean, and Rookie is a shove and roam mid laner, so you're looking to ban out, what, Ahri Taliyah, I guess, from the next one. Maybe the Azir. What else is he playing? I mean, those are the big ones that we saw from last split, was Aurelion Sol, Taliyah, Ahri as the push and roam champions. Senna is a Naught-only champion, just ban Naught. Yeah. Yeah, that's a misread. I don't know who was saying that, but that's, yeah. Also, lethal tempo for a Varus to exceed 2.5 attack speed. Yeah, I mean, press the attack means that your damage output is still fine when it comes to a lot of stuff, but it just means that a lot of the extra kind of benefits of having attack speed, like stacking up defensive stats from something like Terminus, are gone, and also activating lifesteal more often as well. In terms of double on hits, applying multiple times from Rageblade, and then getting the attack speed to keep applying lifesteal. That can be important too.
Picked apart the league on that pick when it first made its rounds on the AD builds that we had, but we also saw Yukai kind of pick apart the team last game.
Okay, interesting show who's propensity for the LeBlanc.
Maybe some of the comfort picks from Rookie also going to be the focus here from Weibo.
Yeah, and I'd love to see things that actually scale a lot into the late game, like the Aurelion Sol way.
So I guess one thing which I would have liked here, I guess this is going on to a bit of the casting feedback, in terms of like saying like potentially taking away some of Rookie's comfort picks. Maybe I would have liked to just hear one or two names there and saying like, oh, take away one of Rookie's counter picks. It's because it's the first games of the season. It's not the biggest thing, but you could have said, yeah, maybe take away something like the Taliyah or the Ahri, because we had such a big narrative on the end of the split. Well, no, not narrative. Big focus on talking about Rookie's champion pool, about his Ahri and Taliyah. Maybe you could have talked about that a little bit. And then that maybe could have given ammunition to Trouble to talk about what those champions could do in the draft as well. Because you've talked a little bit about... Well, no. Trouble talked about scaling champions, which... I don't know if I agree with that, actually. When you got the TF in top lane, you got the Senna on... I think you want something that can enable those two on the whole. You're mentioning it now, but that's like 3 bans in. That's 3 bans in. That should have been earlier, really. Okay, now, okay, you're onto it now. You're onto it now. Yeah. This is fine. You're onto it now. It's fine. You got there. We're on the same page, and it's fine. Hey, Harold. Hey, how's it going? Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it.
Very surprising right here. Are they expecting?
It is surprising. I really... I mean, Yone's pretty good in general. I mean, even with the lethal tempo being removed, the champion's just really strong with some of the crit changes.
no stranger to the Talia. His Talia is pretty much infamous again. That Herculean effort to beat JDG. Talia
I feel like if you had
wants
mentioned
to
if the pair of you had mentioned the comfort picks of Rookie earlier, then I think it would have hit harder when that champion was locked in. It's a little bit late, kind of slamming it home. Yeah, it's not a big thing. I shouldn't really be tunneling on that myself as much. Anyway.
One of my big questions coming in is where are we gonna get
In terms of saying I don't know about that one, I actually think this is completely fine. I think Ari's a very good anti-Talia pick. Even though she's a dash champion, you get earlier shove than her. And when you have something like the Vi, you can take away something. So if you see, you know the TF's going top. Now what you can do now is if you're locking in the Vi, what you're saying is I'm confident enough in top lane to do its own thing, and you're confident enough in bot lane and then also mid jungle when you have the Ari to win enough lanes for Vi to be useful. Vi needs a certain amount of lanes to be useful. Vi is going to be not great into Ornn later because you can W through the Vi ult. You can force the Vi ult in the Ornn W in different ways. You can force it with stuff like the Nautilus hook. Occasionally Charm, occasionally Gravitum as well from Aphelios, but that's less useful. So Vi's not going to be useful there, but Vi is very, very good into TF and into Talia at shutting down side lane global plays. So I think now the game becomes about... Well, this draft becomes about what can you do from jungle last pick for Aki to shut down or at least respond well to Vi Ari roams. You could go for something that's very hard to kill, like probably Sejuani. I actually think Maokai is too easy to kill. I think Sejuani being able to throw an ult forwards, put Aftershock on, and then ult back and then Q backwards is really important. If you're locking in something like the Vi anyway, you're looking for something to combo up with the Ari anyway. So I assume this is going to be the Vi being put in, unless you're... Well, what else would you do then? I mean, I don't see the point in this. You want something that combos with the Ari.
Get out of mid lane, as that Ari will be looking to push
I mean,
as much as possible. And
why? Why? I actually think Vi is completely fine here. Vi is good. There's nothing that can stop. I mean, Ornn is hard to pick off himself, but like these are 3 champions which immediately get blown up if Vi presses ult on them. Aphelios can start throwing his ultimate forwards too. Skarner can run through walls and join the fight pretty well. He's an okay follow-up champion. He's not the most instant of follow-up. He needs to rumble up to speed a little bit, but it's not too bad. The Nidalee is really good at using the Ari and then potentially the Aphelios kind of lane shove to walk into the enemy jungle and shut them down. Oh, there is actually the outside chance as well. Hang on, there is actually an outside chance that this Talia goes into jungle as well. I mean, it's Rookie. It should be Talia mid lane, but that's a thing. I guess maybe they're just saying, look, the Talia has to go mid lane now because Talia just gets absolutely dumpstered by Nidalee. If she ever gets found in her own jungle, I'm pretty sure that Nidalee just kills Talia. You can flash past the minefield and kill her, or even and trading flash for flash definitely works out for Nidalee's favor as well. So what are you doing last pick for NIP? Something that can survive Nidalee pressure, farm okay.
I feel like Aki's hands are tied here. He's probably gonna go to...
We saw a Lily early in the day in the first series of the day.
Maokai, you need to facilitate for your team. You've got way too many squishies, and I feel like you will need probably a second front line. Actually, the Viego, okay.
I think trouble is almost there with the point of saying that you need a second front line. Viego is a very good anti-pick champion. What do I mean by that? It means that they're very hard to pick. You throw stuff at him, and he R's backwards. He goes unstoppable, and he ults backwards. He yeets himself out of the fight. So what that means is that when they're around objectives, or going around enemy jungle, in mid-game, stuff like Nautilus going forwards, or Charms coming, stuff like that, you press your R, and even if a skill shot hits you, you're out of there. So that can help in some ways. I will say, though, that this is a really slow mid-jungle compared to, like, in the early game compared to Nidalee Ari. You're going to get your shit shoved in, and you're going to have a really bad time when it comes to dealing with that mid-jungle. And because that mid-jungle is going to be ahead of the game, that will open up options for Weibo to accelerate the game. I don't think you're going to do much against the Skarner in top lane. I guess TF's pretty good against tanks, so maybe TF will just get a really good individual gold lead against the Skarner and cause a lot of problems there. I think TF is one of the people that doesn't really care for the Kraken Slayer changes in terms of it being not as crit heavy, because TF was already about, you know, on hit and damage and stuff like that anyway. He doesn't really care about a lot of this stuff. He's completely fine with how the items have changed out for him.
Farm with farm.
I might have gone for something. I guess Sejuani into Nidalee kind of sucks on an individual level. I think the Viego's okay actually as a last pick. It's okay. If Viego farms pretty fast, he has some escape potential. You could have gone for something like a Lee Sin, but I think Lee Sin sucks into Skarner and into Nautilus. So yeah, whatever. You know, I'm actually okay with the Viego. Viego's harder to pick off than most.
NIP, I mean, things like the Sejuani and the Magda will suffer tremendously into the Nidalee.
And Trouble points out that jungle matchup as well.
Might make it a little bit easier, and I feel like Ornn is more than good enough.
We need to start wrapping up and start talking about overall team comps now. Where's the game won and lost? Who are the important champions to watch at which points?
Focus for me is, like you talked about earlier, the Aki versus returning Tarzan here. But it's the fact that Tarzan loves to manipulate the jungle. He likes to play
Okay.
the stream.
Yeah, I think that's an angle to take. Goes back to the jungle players. I think, yeah, and it's an interesting matchup. You know, you got the Nidalee as well.
The Nidalee, proactive skirmisher. You have the Ahri who can push.
Nice. Cool. All right. You've given something to keep an eye on in the game. That's good. And that's largely what I was talking about too, actually, from you know, armchair and analyst who can pause and talk about things at length and you know, yap and waffle for a long time. I think that mid jungle is largely where this game's going to come down to be decided. I think that's largely where I've got my eyes on myself. Because if mid jungle wins heavily for Weibo, I think that the rest of the map falls with it pretty fast actually at that point. Because you have Nautilus, Ahri jumping forward, setting up targets for Spears.
5 members in it. Top 3 make it through to Group A of the next stage. Bottom 2 go down to Group B. We have game 1 ready to go. Skarner making his face.
Explaining
shown
bits about the
again.
format.
We'll see if the scaling will come in tow for NIP. Some big changes for Weibo coming into this year, or at least this split. It is going to be the Breathe Tarzan top side of the map that you have to keep an eye on. Meanwhile, the run-it-back style of NIP, who made it all the way into the loser's bracket of round 4 last split. They'll be trying to make good on that one. Here we go. Game number 1.
Yeah, extended intro, but it hits all the points that you need to. Got a load of info out there. Maybe went on a bit long. I wonder if there's... But whatever. I think that's fine. Leave some room for the Gyos. Try to do that as casters when we can. Anything to talk about in terms of summoners? We don't get to see the... Oh, this is the LEC overlay. Oh, no, this is not LEC overlay. This is whatever happened with the MSI overlay. You can tell that because you can't see, if you look over at Senna's portrait, you can't see the rune which Senna is running. Which means it's not... I don't think it's... I don't think this is LEC overlay, because I think they still show that rune, but they have like a separate place to show the stacks.
I think it was quite equal. Gyos right there. They were quite equal between the two teams.
So, what are we looking for in the early game?
Everybody's ready to go to start cheering. It's also probably the series that everybody's been waiting to watch. As some big
Anything on the runes? Oh yeah, so as we said, there's press the attack instead of lethal tempo now in a lot of cases. That rune is just kind of the one to go for in a lot of ways. Hang on, let me just... I wanna move my shit up here a little bit. Don't know why. I just like it aesthetically. Okay. Anything else? Spellbook on. So no Aftershock. I guess you're not proccing Aftershock at the start of trades very often against the Aphelios Nautilus, so the Spellbook allows you to take some combat value, which will apply immediately as the Nautilus hook lands and things go into the thick of things. I like the NIP overlay on this. Wait, is it? What is the NIP overlay? What's it looking like here? Because the screen goes out when it's...
So far of the LPL are these late level 1.
Oh, is it just gone? Is it just not there? Hang on a second. Where's the logo gone? Jeez. Okay, so big thing that's happened here is, of course, the fact that you have a Nautilus level 1 and a Nidalee, so you can walk into the enemy jungle and force level 1 pressure really, really well. And now, because you have a weird lane swap scenario, not great defensive wards, you have... I'm just going to pause again real quick. So we've got the 1 ward here, which means that Rookie feels okay, kind of hanging towards bot side, knowing that that's fine. He'll have some advanced notice when people roam towards top side as well, roam from top side. So he can contest the level 1 push, which you can't always do versus Ahri. Ahri sometimes walks up and trades very hard with you with Electrocute. Hasn't managed to do that here, which is a bit of an issue. Want to see when Xiao who can start getting push here. Rookie is just permacasting Q on the wave, which is exactly what he should be doing, as long as he's safe to do so. Yeah, nice. This is, you know, hang on. This is something which a lot of people don't recognize, by the way. Watch what Rocky does here. Not everyone knows this about Talia, but when you start casting Q, you can actually auto-attack at the same time. So what Rookie does here is he weaves in a couple of auto-attacks. He's only aggroed by 2 of the 3 range creeps. Xiaohu's only level 1, so he doesn't have level 2 stats or a second point in ability. Weibo have initiated the lane swap fully off of this. We should have highlighted that a little earlier. So they use the Nautilus and the Nidalee to bully their way into the enemy jungle, and they send their bot lane top lane off of that invade as well. Aki responds in okay timing. He's getting through the bot side clear. That's completely fine. I'm trying to remember if fortification changes have come through already, so this might end up being a bit of a case where Light doesn't have the best ability to go into towers. Also, level 1 Aphelios has Calibrum Severum, which is okay at hitting turrets, but it's not the best. You really want Crescendum. If you have Crescendum, you're completely great at hitting turrets. Now, of course, Severum Crescendum, which is red-white, that is the best at killing turrets. When you have something like a cannon under tower and you have Calibrum Crescendum, which is the rifle turrets combo, then that's also very good as well at hitting turrets, because then, much in the way that Zyra or Heimerdinger can use their turrets to either tank a turret shot or do damage to the towers as well. Does that actually happen in those cases? Whatever. Yeah, you can do some decent damage to those towers either way. So what that means, a lot of waffling about what Aphelios does. You don't have the best ability to damage turrets.
Weird though. I think both times that we've seen it so far, but we will have Weibo's constant pressure towards the top side. And this is the second series we've seen where it's literally just a double jungle for the first part of it here, with Breed helping out Tarzan.
The one thing that makes a lot of sense for the sort of Weibo to do that is because they have a tank on the top side, right? Skarner might suffer a little bit, but it's fine. He'll get tanky.
Okay, talking through
items,
some of the
items, you know,
hallmarks of a lane swap.
for them. However, Shanji, he's on a carry. He's on a Twisted Fate. He wants to be.
Oh, we've changed overlay because the overlay broke. Shame.
Out, keeping him under tower, constantly getting more gold funneled into that Twisted Fate, and right now it's getting a little bit problematic because your AD carry is not farming. You're playing fast and center. Your top lane carry is not necessarily farming, so a lot of your gold is getting funneled into on this orb.
See now that the XP is going to come live.
But this is why this is happening. So they talked about why there's gold being funneled onto the Ornn. You can buy items quite early into the game without recalling an Ornn, which means it's just pretty nice to be able to just to get the early gold. Now I'd imagine they'll start changing where that gold goes to. Shanji's also getting gold from the tower. So even though he's not necessarily getting the minions, he's getting this is another thing too. Because Draw buys an item through Ornn passive and forges it himself, he has the extra stats to teleport directly towards topside, have an item advantage against Breathe in the 1v1 after getting some extra PXP as well. You are now leaving your nominally top lane champion in the Twisted Fates alone with the center, but then the Twisted Fate gets to pick up the farm. You're farming all 3 lanes of farm, and for the moment, Light and Crisp will not be doing so. So that's going to be a big amount of plates down on bot side and a couple of waves lost towards top side. So it's +1 plate for +2 plates for NIP right now. And Draw also is ahead in XP as well because Breathe was double jungling for a little bit. Okay, so what are we doing now? What's the lane assignment here from NIP?
And stuff.
I guess we're going towards oh, so we're not actually keeping this is so you do have a bit of an advantage from Draw into Breathe, but I guess you just don't want to have Shanji Photic. Basically what you need. The only champion that wants to lane against the Nautilus is the Ornn, so you have to send him back bot lane anyway. So actually you're not using this so whatever I was saying about the kind of using the Ornn passive to get the item advantage, that's not really led to that much, nor should it have, because he needs to be in lane against the Nautilus. Really good backstuff from Rookie.
See, manipulate some of the timings in the jungle, go for these objectives with the dragon up in 40 seconds. Mid lane priority is going to be super important.
That's actually crazy. You see that Photic is actually roaming toward the top side of the map because Aki was on this camp. He was pinging the souls dropping from this camp.
I feel like you set up Trouble quite well to talk about mid lane there, going into some of these objectives. I think that Trouble really wanted to talk about center souls from Photic. I I feel like she could have acknowledged your point maybe just a little more in terms of getting mid-pro and then going to something else. Before going to a point like that. That's fine. Again, the point's fine. It's interesting, actually, though, saying, yo, Senna's following the jungler. Getting souls that way.
So far, so good. It's been only a couple of the first levels missed for the top side pairing of Skarner versus that Twisted Fate. So far, so good. Photic is just chasing Aki around the jungle.
Okay, so now we've got Photic tailing Aki as well. I feel like maybe we could acknowledge the fact that Photic was tailing Viego not just for souls there, but or rather fall off that point and say, well, actually now they got a doubled up kind of duo here to go elsewhere with it. Now we get to see how good Skarner is on the weak side of the map, because this is a wave crash coming in. Got Rookie getting that mid push. That was highlighted earlier by the cast. Tarzan's going to be spotted pretty quickly here.
Maybe they make it to World Finals. Who knows? Nah, maybe not a script, but you know, something along those lines, a story, if you will. Nah, but I'm very excited to see Tarzan back.
Okay, mid laners are both locked up. We have level 6 hit by Rookie first. Xiaohu's hit it now, so both mid laners are on the board. Needs to be very careful about over-aggressing into the jungle now.
So good at the lane swaps. They've left Ornn all alone down the bot lane, and they're pushing Nidalee out of the jungle. They opted into this farming versus farming jungler matchup, and so far Photic has been...
Yeah, no, I think Aki's done pretty well in the farming jungler versus jungle matchup. I think that's a good call out. Photic's finally back with his lane partner.
However, right here with Aki's back timer, Weibo do know that. They did see him just walk out of that jungle.
Mid lane's been really interesting, actually. You can see that Rookie's had really good... I think that NIP, one thing which NIP did really well here is that they knew they had a window where Rookie would have level 6, which of course he's hit now. But they managed to use that long enough for Aki and Photic to go into the enemy jungle and mess with Tarzan a little bit, and then also put Breathe under a bit of pressure on top lane as well. If he'd overstayed in a bad way, then potentially they could have dove on a wave push towards top side. But then as soon as Rookie is no longer able to keep up push, in this case it's because he's out of mana, they immediately back off. They prepared for that. They call this in advance. They say, actually, our Rookie will not be able to keep up push for grubs. So they make this play. They get what they can out of topside, and they back off when Rookie does as well. So that's actually pretty well coordinated play by NIP though, in regards to mid lane. And no one's overstepping, because if you overstep into Nautilus with a flash hook, Xiaohu with ult and flash, and then Nidalee being able to combo up onto both of them, that would end very, very poorly for you. We are not really seeing any value out of Nidalee. This is a big problem now for Weibo. They needed to get big advantages through the jungle.
See if NIP can actually put some pressure there.
Priest is going to join the top side as well, just in case there was a cheeky dive going on. However, Aki's on the other side of the map.
I think maybe...
Now, I feel like the
Okay.
beneficiary...
Ooh, misses the shove.
Gonna be fine.
If you connect there, you get a little bit of extra distance.
So what's the follow-up, I guess? One thing we were talking about is in terms of this jungle matchup. I think that maybe Cast could have talked about how... So there were some points about how Aki and Photic have walked into enemy jungle pretty well. But we haven't returned back to the overall point of Tarzan versus Aki being the matchup to watch, and that hasn't really been revisited at this point, I suppose. It doesn't have to be that much, but just a little bit of a throwback to it would have been nice.
And there's a lot of things that could be thrown onto Suo's Ornn that will take him down. The spears, the Ari charms. These are failures that have been free farming for the entirety of this early game. So we'll see how NIP will be able to pilot around all of these damage. Pile that one to one shot.
I think it's going to be a lot about target selection,
Okay.
especially for
Level 6 is hit. Sorry, I've been chilling a little bit just to let the cast breathe a little bit. Haha, breathe. He's on screen. Level 6 hit by Ornn, not hit by Senna. One of the negative things about having such a heavily roaming Senna, despite the fact that in this case it gets you some souls from jungle camps, which is nice to get. Particularly good when you get them on Krugs than on than Raptors. Your lower XP, which means that your triple global combo of TF, not Rookie. Well, I mean, it is Rookie, but Talia, and then the Twisted, then the Senna ult on top of that, and then also having a semi-global ult of the Ornn is going to be a little bit slower to come online. Weibo are entering it, but it's still, you still got multiple parts of that combo online, but it's not fully online, right? The center is the only true global. All the others are the semi-globals. You've got you know, a lot of these. You've got the 3 other ones which are not truly global, but they're long enough range that they pretty much are. What this means is Weibo, when they go for the next play, which is, you know, a flash hook, like getting a Gravitum route into some CC. You have Ari dashing and flashing forwards, or Skarner coming from a wall. You need to be very quick about it. You need to be very quick, because if you are not finishing the play by the time NIP have pulled their triggers on their ultimates, you are going to get ganged up on very, very quickly. So what that means is NIP wants to make sure that they've got some kind of secure advanced warning. Really good pink water here helps that. It helps you track some of these movements towards areas of the map. And then on the map where you don't have that advanced warning, you don't have a ward in, say if you look down at the mini-map, you don't have an advanced warning down here on the bot side. You have the champion who doesn't care about it as much. You got the Ornn who has flash and has ult. So draw as a level 6 Ornn is fine, really. You know, he's an Ornn. He's a hard boy to shut down completely. Rookie's doing fine in the 1v1 here. Trading pretty well there, has Merc Tread, so he's happy to kind of tank some CC and then run into him anyway. I feel like the first fight is coming soon though. It has to come soon, surely. And if it doesn't, it's a problem for Weibo. I feel like when you're against the TF and the Senna, you're going to start bleeding out. Because TF is actually one of... I mean, look at the CS damage already.
Right now with Photic. Using the W right there, the blue buff is going to get reset.
Is that a big thing? I don't think that's a big thing, the blue buff getting reset.
Something else going to come over there. Just a little bit of damage on Xiaohu. A little bit of vision gain played from Weibo. Xiaohu.
It's not great. It's not great. It would have been nice to get that. I guess you can tell that Weibo really want to start getting into the enemy jungle.
So do you feel like there's a little bit of stability, kind of strength in team fighting aspects for an NIP? They don't really need to force the in-between moments?
Yes and no. I feel like NIP have chosen a composition that can speak very easily if you've got really good hands, you know, every man for themselves.
Oh, here we go, TF ult, and this is why I said the first of ult's coming soon, so they get flash out of Tarzan. The good thing about this comp from NIP, the good thing about this, they don't have to overforce too much. Getting flash away from Nidalee is great, it's great. Harder follow-up, much easier catch the second time. You still have flash gold card if you want to start using that, and you've got stuff like the you've got multiple other pick combos as well to work around. So a flash off of Nidalee means that Tarzan can't play as aggressively into the enemy jungle, which is one thing that they've been doing. I think you're very happy to walk in and walk out like that, as long as there's no counterplay. Is there another counterplay? No, there isn't. Xiaohu is off the map anyway, and they get themselves a blue buff still. That's nice. That's nice.
And Aki is the one that's manipulating Tarzan.
Okay. Rookie needs to be a little bit careful there. It's fine.
Now that it's died down the moment a little bit, I feel like NIP have a lot of range that they can leverage. They have side pressure with the TF, they've got a lot of range with the Talia, and the Senna, they've got non-committal engage, and org, so their team fights don't look as rough in terms of ease of execution of their composition. However, when I look over on the other side, they've got a double tank with an Aphelios to dump so much damage on you. There's a bunch of, if you will, opportunistic engage with the likes of Ari finding backline. There's a lot of poke thrown their way. So I feel like for the sort of Weibo, they have so many different tools that they can use to sort of pick you apart in a team fight.
But the thing is, I feel like NIP have similar amounts of tools in the same way. Yeah, I think that Trouble's right in saying that, look, there's a lot of things that Weibo can throw at you. I feel like NIP can fire back just as fine. Weibo do have a decent front line and breathe, but that's matched by the Ornn on the other side because it's a Senna with the Ornn, and the Senna gets to keep them healed up. The Nidalee can add some healing in too. That's nice. That's true. Yeah, that's an extra factor to go into it. I say, oh, that's true, as if someone else said it. It's just my other. That's my devil's advocate saying that. You know, I'm speaking to myself here. That's what I do. But yeah, I think that once you get fire cannon through for Shanji, that's really nasty. It's hard to pick off Aki. You've given up a first dragon to NIP, which is a mountain dragon as well. I think if NIP get another dragon, that's where things start getting really funky for Weibo, because there are so many globals and they've delayed the objective timers on the game. Chris is running topside, he's been spotted, so he can't make a play there. Weibo once again kind of just curtailed a little bit by NIP. There's no kills on the board, but I'm looking at this feeling like NIP are doing completely fine. They're farming up well with the Senna. Shanji's getting decent gold, and because it's TF versus a tank in a side lane, that's particularly valuable.
Tarzan's already started the void grabs right there, but there's 3 members threatening Shanji towards the top side of the map. Shanji does have all his summoners available.
Okay,
It's
so
going to be a
actually
fight
squaring up for a
very,
proper
very
fight.
soon.
What items we got? What items we got? Just before we get into this, so we have some of this happening. We've got a bit of a close quarters confrontation here because we've got this battle line drawn just about here. We've got ourselves around there. So we have potential of Ahri flank coming through here. There's an Ahri with a flash and ult. That's a pretty big thing there. Breathe can maybe come through a wall like this. Who are you aiming for? There's no flash this target to work for, which is a problem. You're also going to have a problem where you have red, white, you have Severin Crescendum on Aphelios, but that's going to be into an Ornn ult. God, there's so many arrows. Let me just play some of this. So, when you're playing around this, right, you're very short range. You are very short range. It's one of the reasons why I much prefer Calibrum Crescendum, which is the rifle turrets on Aphelios, in these kind of fights, because it basically doubles your range. Because you can put down a turret, which will be like, and then I keep going like this. Sorry, Habibi, thanks for the follow, I appreciate it. But once you're kind of walking forwards into this, you are already walking forward to try and get in range of the fight. All it comes, it just slams you, man. That's going to come from that kind of distance. Maybe, yeah, it's going to come from about that kind of distance. So Light is going to struggle to have a good fight. That's already a big problem. The bonus is Photic doesn't have ult. If Photic has ult, this fight gets even worse. It's still not great for Weibo, but I feel like this is... You need to have a pretty good angle. They delay a little bit. No smite for Aki, but that's fine. They force the Tarzan smite. Here comes the Ornn ult. That's not great, actually. It's not a great Ornn ult, because now Aphelios has a free fight. Ah, but it does end up separating. Oh my god, that's a good double knockup after. Okay. Let's go through this slowly. I'm just going to beat it real quick. We'll go through the actual cast of the fight in a second. So Shanji's not here yet. This is actually a straight 4... Well, it's a 4v4 because Xiaohu's shown on mid wards. I don't think that's a fantastic ult from Zhuo. I guess I'd much rather try and zone Light out of a fight. There's... I guess you could maybe go towards Tarzan, but Tarzan can hop over the wall, so that's not great. Crisp could flash back. So what's Crisp doing here? So he gets caught by the first bit. Ah, that's not great. That's just really disrespectful from Crisp. That's just really disrespectful from him. Just flash out of the R2. You're, he's trying to time it, so he'll get knocked up, and then the Q will hit the wall, and then he can get out of that. Now he's going to be perm CC'd, which is exactly what happens. Combo, combo, combo. He's out of flash safe distance now, completely dead. Double knockup after this point is... Wait, I mean... Light, I wonder if he just has to flash there, right? He has to flash afterwards now, maybe? Maybe not, actually. I guess it's okay. That's fine. This is why you go for the Viego, by the way. You can just ult out of most dangerous situations. And it's a flash out of who now? Oh my god, that's a good flash forward. Yeah, Viego resets are getting nasty. Viego has Skarner who can go through a wall now. Oh, force the flash. Ult out. Okay, let's go through this in real time, so we can listen to the cast as well.
Go over to Weibo, so they'll end up getting their 4. Here comes the engage, though, from NIP. They want to fight, and Chris goes down first. First blood goes over. Nice double knockup from Dwo, but they got the chains there on Aki. Gets that reset now anyways, and the dredge line hooks with the lollipop. And NIP want to keep going. They want to keep on driving as Aki gonna heartbreaker his way out of that one. He is going to get the Dwo TP towards bot side. The last rub remaining
got the big
going
points.
over to NIP. They'll get 2 for Weibo's 1.
Everything went NIP in NIP's favor right here, stopping the...
Wait, 2 for 1 and...
Last rub remaining going
Oh yeah, in terms of grubs, right. I thought it was in terms of kills for a second. I was like, hang on a second, no, NIP did. NIP died.
Void drops for going away to Weibo Gaming. They get 2 kills onto very...
I think the big thing now, with where this is also something that the cast needs to focus on right now, is I think that this comp needs to get off the ground early. I think particularly with a Nidalee and an Ahri, you want to be ahead of the game, especially against you know, stuff like Talia, which tends to do better in late game versus Ari if nothing happens. Got a TF that can accelerate the game if you don't shut them down. Of course, you got the center honor as well. And you've just lost your first fight of the game. And you've lost Grubs, and you've lost Dragon. So you're losing out on objectives, you're losing out on the jungle farm battle. I'm gonna go... 1 second, folks, 1 second. Cool, it is gone. Right, and then Draw gets to go bot side as well. Does he have Demolish? No, he doesn't have Demolish. There's not going to be full thing on tap from that.
Great stuff from NIP. They leverage actually their range so well. The no-committal engage, Swole getting a double knockup, that was perfectly.
Quick note here as well. NIP support name is Draw. Draw is in like a... You know how like there are some spellings of genie, which is like a DJ. It's more like that kind of sounds, like so it's Draw rather than Zwar or something like that. That's a pronunciation thing which a lot of people trip up on. Just for people who want to know. It's a big thing. Okay.
Keeping a little bit in transition away from that play was Weibo and some of the quick decision making with the length of engage that was
Fellas has gone for a Dirk as well.
right back at it.
Fellas is really good when you max lethality second right now.
Have to commit your body into it. The knockup from Zoro was more than enough. You stay far away from anyone, then the double knockup landing onto the back line.
I think we should have talked about how Crisp. I mean, I think Crisp fucks that fight royally. Crisp fight.
Don't necessarily have any contact with any NIP member, but
Yeah.
still keep getting chased down.
Yeah, the zoning tools from NIP were nasty in the fight. Nasty as heck.
Like that with the dredge slide. Absolutely incredible for Aki. Aki, that holdover from OMG, that NIP sign that have been somewhat questionable in some moments, but still his aggression reigns true, and his Viego is something to be feared.
And even more so right now, Kraken Slayer.
Ah, yeah, Kraken Slayer.
12 minutes into the game.
Viego loves new Kraken Slayer, even though it's not crit anymore. He loves it. It was better for Viego, if anything. He didn't really care for the crit as much.
Track down Tarzan, and how can we make his life as miserable as possible? Whether it was...
Wait, am I giving you ASMR coffee drinking? Okay. Okay. So now, what did we just say? We said this earlier. A while ago. We're slowly going through this game. 2 dragons, 2 grubs. And IP are very happy in terms of objectives. Top lane's going completely fine. About to hit first item for Shanji. He's about to hit Kraken Slayer himself, I think. You've got first item coming up on Rookie as well. Very happy with that. So you have NIP now who've got to a point where they're going to have really good global pressure. They get to turn up the side lanes really well. They're getting side lane dives. Jeez. So tower dies on top side, but it's kill on a tower on bot side. Weibo bare minimum needed to get that tower top side, really. I think,
Okay, correction, before I get eaten alive, they didn't invent it, they reinvented it this year.
There you go, I like it.
There you go. An asterisk. A little
oh yeah, no, that's totally true. Yeah. NIP did not fucking invent the lane swap, folks. That's a historic thing. So yeah, trouble saving is getting a bit there. The wording is hard on that one. Oh, they're getting 2 towers for this? So that's pretty good. I guess because of the amount of ults committed bot side, and Draw didn't have a teleport anyway. There's no way that they can defend towards that. They use the... Wait, what weapons did Light have there?
There you go, I like it.
There you go. An asterisk.
He was on utility weapons, so he didn't have Crescendum anyway. If he had Crescendum, those towers would have absolutely melted. So I mean, if Alice could have actually killed those towers even quicker. You always have to kind of question what weapons Aphelios is in when you're in split maps, because he can play very differently depending on them. Druid doesn't have ult. They can't hard force that easily here. I guess you can maybe look for a Destiny Gate gold card, but I think that'd be super overreach. Now Weibo needs to look for a reset. They have teleports. They do. I really don't think that Tarzan and Xiaohu have done what they needed to do with this mid jungle. That's my big takeaway right now. I think that Weibo potentially could have accelerated through mid jungle and then stopped NIP from getting to this point where they can chokehold the map with globals. But this is not looking fantastic.
Rift Herald, a lot of standing gold still on the map for them as well. Breathe going to try his work at the bot side tower. And you got to take a look at the TP plays and a lot of the standing wards towards the back side of NIP's front line.
I think one of the big things I'd say from the cast at this point, and this is kind of like a more of a minor note, they have done it to some degree. I would have liked more talk about state of the game and what win conditions are like. You know, we're 15 minutes in, we have a team with the center on with double dragons, they have the grubs as well. I feel like if you have a finger, I think you just need to have a finger on the pulse of the game and saying, okay, feels like NIP are doing quite well. Do you favor one team or another if it goes to super late game? Are there any conditions which affect that? Because, you know, for me, if we're getting to the point where we're fighting for 4th dragon, NIP have a huge advantage because they can give it up. If they get the next dragon, hell, if they even give over a couple dragons at this point, they have, like, a whole bunch of globals. They can give up dragons for free to get side lane advantage as the side lane plays. You know, how this game would be very different if NIP hadn't got all of their objectives very early.
Now you see
I think that's the story of that's what I'm feeling for the game right now in terms of how the game is going to be determined.
I mean, he's not disappointing, right? He on his first day back to work, needly jungle. He's managed to close the gap between him and Aki as well. Yeah, Lichbane already completed.
I mean, I think Tarzan's been kind of shit the first 15. This is where Nidalee needs to end the game. Okay. Oh my god, hang on, is that how Scarlet World works? Huh? Okay, hang on, is that how it works? Wait, your ult brings them in front of you? Hang on, so you can slam someone to a wall and bring them back? That's nasty as fuck. Wait, does that just straight up kill him then? Oh, pff, bloody hell, man. Oh, they don't even have enough damage, that sucks. And what did we say before? We said that if Weibo can't finish a fight before the ults turn up, they're in trouble. They immediately have to get the hell out of dodge. There is a chance that George just pulls it. Yeah, before this stuff happens. Even with Center W missing, he dies. Yeah. Weibo needs to be so careful about the fights that they pick. We'll go through that again. I'm gonna go through and stop.
Going to hurt, however. A lot of scaling.
Install impact into the wall, then you have that impale on top of it. Shanji makes it out alive and just carves up that Scorpion with Aki taking that kill. It's the reset there as well. Jwo going in for the engage. Here comes that Ornhorn with Rookie on top. And here's the combos. NIP are working so well together. You would call them in a well-oiled machine.
I think that was a good kind of energy level to take into that fight. I think, like, it wasn't hugely explosive. I think that it ramped up well past it. Okay.
This is where some of that long-term impact of sticking a team together can help. You see that fluidity of decision-making.
No Dragon up, no Baron up. Shanji in the side lane has ult.
Weibo left wanting, still within gold's reach though. Only about 1.
I'm quickly realizing if I'm trying to analyze cast and gameplay at the same time, I get distracted as hell. I get distracted as hell, folks. Ooh, nice sidestep from Shanji. Wow, he will just kill him here, by the way. Didn't quite kill a turret. Now they have. Crisp has no anything now.
Oh my god, what a Chad!
Oh, Shanji, you shouldn't follow that card. Now, what Shanji should do there, by the way, he should just tank the charm but not throw the card, by the way. Because he's not killing in a single hit. He doesn't have Kraken Slayer charged up. If he has Kraken Slayer and stack deck, I think he kills. What does he have? See, let's have a look as he comes in here. Does he have stack deck? No. So he comes in. Is that Kraken Slayer? I don't think it is, actually. Let's have a look. No, so that's not Kraken Slayer and it's not stack deck. If he has those two things, he kills. At that point, you just need to, like... legit, it is better for him to auto-attack the tower a couple of times. He literally should teleport in, auto-attack the tower a couple of times, not take aggro, tank the charm if you need to, and then just auto-attack very quickly with the blue card. I mean, the easy way he kills is like he tanks the charm and he just auto-attack resets with any card, and he insta-kills. So that's That's super disrespectful from Shaji. That's a mechanical misplay from Shanji. But a well played from Shahu. He's got Lich Bane. No, he doesn't have Lich Bane.
I think there was some bad things that happened in that series of play that I bet we're going to get a slow-mo replay of.
Did Shanji pull a Reginald?
All right. We got to...
No. The Reginald is actually not. That's actually not the point there, I don't think. The blue card actually doesn't matter. By the way, guys, blue card does more damage as a single card. Let's go back to this. Blue card, he still dies because he took aggro with that card. So right here, this is how much damage it did. Now, he's got Charmed anyway. Even if that is a gold card, well, you don't have Merc Treads, I guess. He still gets an extra attack there. He would have gotten one extra attack. So he would have got the kill. Would he? He'd already used a stack deck in his... It gets maybe closer if it's a gold card, actually, because he gets a single extra auto attack, but he's already used his Kraken Slayer and his stack deck, so a lot of the on-hit is gone by that point, and it's not like he's got press the attack to increase any extra damage there. I think if it's gold, it's a 1-for-1 still. I think if it's a red card, whatever. Either way, he just gets an insta-kill if he just auto-attack resets instead. If he just auto-attack resets with the W double tap. So let's have a look here. Does he lock it in before he comes in? So he starts bringing it here. I mean, he gets hit by a charm straight on it. So Shahu times the charm well. Now, what this means is you are not getting your auto-attack reset because the charm is going to hit you before you can put that many inputs in time. So Shanji should just tank the charm, because if you look at this, he's not dying from... I mean, Shahu doesn't have ult, so he's not dying in the duration of charm. He should just not auto-attack. Dude! Like, he 100% dies because he takes tower aggro. He doesn't die if he doesn't take out tower aggro. He can get a 1 for none, regardless of what card he picks there. Like, that's just not the right... That's just not the right thing. And if you want it to gold card, you have to load it up before you land it, because you are not going to get the luxury of having a half second to lock in your card while the charm's flying at you. So that's a mechanical misplay from Shanji for me. It's well played from Shahu. He plays it really well. The timing of the charm is really, really good to make sure there's no chance for a like a auto attack reset. But yeah, let's get past this. Oh god, okay, let me get myself I need to get myself dishes real quick. Ugh. Folks, my hay fever is trying to kill me. Thank you, folks. Ugh. I'm gonna go into nosebleeds because of yeah, in fact that's exactly what I'm getting here as well. Oh, that's fun. A little bit. Yeah, I've my pollen has been trying to murder me, folks. What are we talking about here?
So far, it's been looking pretty clean.
Yeah, I think there's been some really good coordination from the side of NIP. I think some of that coming from Flow as well, getting onto the map early, but also just them being comfortable in these lane swap style situations and knowing how to come out.
Getting back into the game now.
One just yet, but here we go, because 40 seconds and we have a dragon up. We got our timers back for our objectives.
Okay, good timing for that.
We'll see if they all want to fight for this one, as we did get a bunch of a Rift Herald.
Yeah, very importantly here, every time there is a force neutral objective, how many items do you have in your inventory? We see that like it's rocket.
I think this is the time, because it hasn't been visited in this game. Like, I think we really need to talk about how NIP have been doing really well around the objectives. Yeah, they've given up 4 grubs. Like, they didn't go for the second spawn of them or whatever. But, or whatever it was. They got the 2 for 1 on one of the spawns, and that was fine. But I feel like there's a, I think there's a point where you need to talk about how you're 2 dragons up. You're some gold in pocket as well. You know, you're even on turrets, so there's gold to be taken across the map. NIP are very happy to give up dragons if they have to, but like the options are in NIP's hands. They have mid lane push here. I think, yes, you can talk about, you know, if we go for the fight right now, that's who wins, and that's obviously very valuable. But I feel like at some point, and this would have been a good point to say, look, NIP are in a really good spot with objectives. They have, and if they get this next dragon, they're in such a good spot. They're in such a good spot if they get this next dragon. And now the fight's happening.
What a knockup from Dwo. Oh my goodness. Get a little
a bit slow on the handoff there.
Pop it off, but it will be at least the flash. Now Hex Flash there for Chris.
Rookie, where's the Caston in this game versus AP mid jungle? Caston is not a champion right now, folks.
Oh my god! Xiaohu no longer having his flash, has to burn the Spirit Rush.
So NIP get themselves mid lane prior, they use Fog of War, they use their engage range really well to make sure that Weibo can't fight on even footing. Now you have a mid laner, an Ahri that can't fight. Dragon's gonna come and go down super easily. And it's the body block of the spear, so that's nice.
I wasn't sweating at all. There's no sweat, no problems. NIP do want to just kind of move this though.
Me and Amara were having a conversation
We were?
about playing through Fog of War,
When was this?
and in particular Rookie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, let's see this again. And we'll talk about it later. Okay,
I like the
so
point,
he
I like the
rocked
point.
up with the blue card.
Cinema.
Wait, he rocked up with no card. Wait,
He got blue
he
card.
did it right now.
No. That's actually, no, that's not a Reggie. That's not a Reggie. Also, by the way, he locked in his blue card before he even jumped in, so he wasn't even looking for the auto attack reset. I mean, that's just awful from Shanji.
He got blue card. Unfortunate.
Reggie 07.
07.
Also, I mean, yeah.
Anyways, unfortunate for
Reggie, what a
Shanji.
person, I guess.
Yeah, that's the twisted fate of your dreams.
Yeah, Reggie's not a good person, folks. Good business person, I guess, but,
it did not
yeah.
work out. Now Weibo actually pushing on a
To an
2-2
extent.
bot side here with those 4 grubs having.
Oh, man, Javier.
They could be getting wrapped on here.
Okay. So now we have, again, NIP trying to close a little quicker. Weibo have groups up, but they don't have a Phelios, man. They don't have Nautilus. This is so doomed, isn't it? Ooh, this is swing and a miss. Big follow-up. And what did we say again? Just, if you're not finishing fights early, NIP respond very quickly.
The king of NIP and Rookie, they do end up responding back to the over-aggression by Weibo.
Okay, I'm starting to feel physically sick because Rookie's Talia is absolutely disgusting. The way this
Rookie's...
guy plays this champion is just otherworldly. Again,
I
reminder of
don't think this is the time to be taught. Okay, what happens in this fight? Maybe I can be convinced. Maybe I can be convinced. Oh, that's a backstep. He doesn't even have flash or anything. That's a huge backstep from Shanji. Because that would have been one shot, 100%. So they would have got one thing back. Gold card wouldn't have even come out. That's a really good play. That's a really good play from Breathe, actually. I mean, the backstep's fantastic from Shanji, but that's the correct play. Weibo are up shit creek. This position is awful for them because they're gonna get collapsed on, and they know they don't have the tools to replace it, to retreat from that. So if they manage to get Shanji into the Skarner ultimate before the gold card gets thrown, that is a huge win for them.
Earlier on, and Rookie holding
Oh.
on to that knock-up until the last second. Jahu and Rookie holding on to that knock-up until the last second. Jahu got pinched.
Pronunciation on that as well. Xiaohu, not Zhaohu. The XI sound in Chinese is a harsher SH. It's a sh. So that's a Xiaohu rather than Zhaohu, or like a Z or a Xiaohu or something like that. Which
And I've been campaigning it. Yeah, he's insane. I've been campaigning it since his time on Top Esports, but get this man back to internationals, damn it. He deserves
Hey,
to
Clockson,
be
how's it
there.
going?
He has been
Good to see
a
you.
shining light in the LPL, but not only has he had some of his best splits in recent memory, it has been incredible to watch this guy revitalize himself. And as a leading face of
GG, there's no way Weibo comes back in this one. We've got Lichbane coming in from Xiao here. That's good. Lichbane is good this game. The extra movement speed means a lot, and it's just there's a lot of people you can auto attack.
A lot about NIP right here because that was a huge question mark for us, right? They kept the team bonded together.
I'm hoping my... I even took a lot of antihistamines today. I'm hoping I don't die.
You know, Weibo were throwing little curveballs at them. They pulled out a lane swap early on, and IP responded perfectly well. Tarzan is suddenly back.
Where did the game sound go? Did it just die? Yeah, we lost game sound. What the fuck?
Can he show up in this game versus Tarzan coming back? And he absolutely can. If he's a champion that's
this is a weird niddly build thing, specifically in Pro, by the way. Leandry's second is a thing that Shun was doing for a while, where if someone runs over your traps around objectives, it procs the Leandries, and therefore your traps actually become significant damage, which is, I don't know, it's just a thing which they're doing. I don't know whether I like it over like more bursty stuff, which makes Niddly more of an assassin. It makes you slightly more of a utility poke champion. Chris has a blast cone. I don't know if that's true in regards to saying it's super close. I think NIP have such an advantage stylistically now. They've got three dragons and globals and push. Okay. It's okay, not the worst thing ever. Swing and a miss. How many ults is that? There's 2, but nothing huge. They don't even manage to get... They don't get anything big out of that. That's a swing and a miss from NIP, actually. Yeah, it's really good for Weibo. Really good for Weibo.
The man that made the legend, the split push king himself, Xiaohu onto the Ari, he has shoved in yet another wave. Those that bot side of the map. And I just want to say and preface at this point that Weibo Gaming have been sneaking out their turrets under the nose of NIP.
Spoken spears. Okay, so now they've forced... So NIP used 2 big ticket ultimates. The Ornn ult being really huge, obviously, in terms of zoning out Light. Light has great weapons. He has rifle turrets. I can't picture Leandry's Niddly being of much value across the board. Yeah, I don't think it's great either. I think it's like occasionally got some extra value in mid-game when your traps are good around objectives, but I think, you know, you're there to hit occasional spears and one-shot people, so, you know. Okay, so we have rifle turrets for Phelios. Very good at killing Baron, because every time your turret attacks, it gives you an auto reset, and that means you get lots of different auto attacks, regardless of the attack speed in your build. He has no attack speed in this build, so he gets double the auto attacks for, fun for all the family. Chandri's on a flank, has flash, has ghost. Where's Rookie? Where is Rookie? Rookie doesn't have TP. Ooh, that's bad. Why did I not notice that before? Rookie is not going to be there in time. So... yeah, so Light actually switches his weapons really quickly here. Oh, he gets the 3-weapon switch as well. Okay, another Phelios thing. So, he actually could have done a 4-weapon switch, technically, but it doesn't really matter. No, he actually couldn't have done a 4-weapon switch, I'm wrong. So he uses the Infernum Q to make sure that that runs out of ammo. That means it switches over into his Crescendum, which means he has Chakrams up and running. And then he uses the last of his Severum ammo on the Onslaught. Every other attack gives you a Chakram. So he gets a couple, so he gets 3 up there already, puts down a turret immediately, and those turrets start stacking up Chakrams per auto as well. Look how quickly this goes down. But they don't take it quickly enough for Rookie to not be in range for ults. So now they are going to be in threat of Light getting zoned out. I'm just worried about how Light plays this fight. He has Flash, he has Cleanse, but can he do damage while using both of them? Xiaohu buys on WQ. Gold, so Cleanse is out. And Aki gets it. Shit, so this was a bit of a flip. Light's already used his Cleanse, but there's no follow-up gold card or anything. Rookie, where's Rookie at? He's in the middle of the mess. Has Crisp ulted anyone yet? Crisp is in a really bad... Why is Crisp there, man? Because what's the goal here from Weibo? What could we have done differently here? Why are we in this position? I don't really know why Breathe is stood in no man's land here. You know there's no combo from draw. You see that the wall's coming across. You have the visual cue. Let's close this. Let's just clear this. You have the wall coming across. You know that's a no-go. No-go. Breathe can go through walls. What's Breathe's job here? Who are you hitting? My problem here, if you win this flip, you still die. I don't care that you have 4 flashes. You're still dying at the end of this. Shanji has Ghost and has Flash. You're getting chased down for secondary gold cards. So you need to kill. Xiaohu's used his Charm, so he can't immediately go forwards, which is a pain. But he did buy Ornn Q, that's Ornn Q there, and the W. So a lot of Ornn's immediate turnaround is, it's his E, but he has no follow-up after that point, really. I think that Xiaohu misusing Charm here and means that Breathe can't walk up. Because if you start walking up as Breathe and just Wing forwards or something like that, then maybe you can combo forward with a Charm. And then Xiaohu can look to ult back, and then maybe Breathe just gives his life. Because at that point, if both of these guys go forward at the same time, you can force Photic to run backwards maybe even blow a flash. He certainly can't stand still and cast his ultimate immediately. Maybe you can stop Draw from making a mess of things too. I guess Xiaohu throws out the Charm to stop a flash knock-up onto one of these walls, which would have been really dangerous in fairness. But, like, at this point, now you've misused Charm, but Charm has done basically nothing. Draw can also just flash knock-up anyway now, so yeah. And Xiaohu's not delayed him even that long. He has Merc Treads, he has a lot of CC denial in that front. And then things go from bad to worse. Light at least doesn't get stuck in the pit. That's a bonus. Okay, what happens now? There's no Charm still. Exhaust onto Xiaohu. And then there's resets. And then there's resets. Tarzan's dying. Okay. Oh, okay. We actually do... Somehow we actually get a split fight in the middle of this. I'm just going to mute the cast just for a minute so I can concentrate a little bit. So, first kill into... So the Baron's been stolen. Tarzan flashed that over the wall. He still is, 1.5 Knight in Italy. He can definitely assassinate either of these two carries if he gets a spear on target. That's a danger. But you have a reset coming in, and it's Nautilus. So Nautilus is on a reset. It's really, really powerful. Nautilus has very, very good basic abilities. So that's going to be very important. Shanji flashes out there, and he flashes out of the turret here, importantly. Wait, does he flash? What did I just see there? No, I'm just completely trolling. That's just Shanji getting knocked up with the Nautilus ult. That's what I'm seeing, instead of a flash. I thought that was a weird thing. Xiaohu's second Charm comes up. Oh, Breathe. Big ult. Big ult from Breathe. I mean, Rookie, why are you not flashing the obvious... He slowly charges up his ult! Rookie! There is no world in which Rookie should get caught there. Come on, man. Dude. Scott has a giant triangle in front of him. He's got a big fucking Bermuda triangle in front of him. What? No, I'm sorry. I am sorry. That fight should 100% be at IPs. And it's the reason it's in question is because, Light manages to... So Light positions well, and he uses a cleanse well at the start of this too. Let's watch this from Light. Puts down a turret. That turret's really nasty. Light has 1 million chakrams. Does 1 million damage. And again, he's been stacking chakrams up on Baron. So Light is absolutely mega at this point. But there is no way in hell in which, Nah, I'm sorry. I am sorry. That should never happen. Yes, Aki dies... He would have happened there anyway. If it's the Bermuda Triangle, you can't be mad at Rookie for getting lost in it. You shouldn't enter the Bermuda Triangle! You should leave! Immediately! Jesus! Nah. A Rookie then flashes and dies anyway. That's the insult to injury. Because this dude, I mean... Oh, come on. That should be such a clean fight. I think Rookie really underestimates the kill threat of the... There we go, do this again.
Or potentially
is a trade draw here as Weibo moved to mid lane.
Oof, all the chakrams onto this Aphelios looks so scary. Yahoo's looking for more. Potentially trying to stop any resets from happening. Weibo cannot stay mid lane. The teams are gonna come through, but what? What?
Shanji, buddy.
Did you just see a top esports Baron?
I think we did definitely. Xiaohu's looking to punish Shanji, though.
I mean, I think Weibo needed
Cinder's
to.
gonna give him a little bit more.
But I think that kind of comment comes as a consequence of not talking about the state of the objective play of the game. I think they talked about it being a close game in terms of gold. I think you really need to talk about it in terms of the objectives as well.
That yellow card gives them the distance to work with, and Shanji's out like
Because I think that gives you context for why that Baron happened. They bought a couple of big ultimates, and they're just like, look, fuck it. We've got to do something while these ultimates are down. Good weapons coming in from Aphelios is good timing. I think that Weibo's teamfight positioning is not awesome, but I guess just banking on Aphelios having 1,000,000 damage is something, I guess. But look how much damage he does with these chakrams, man. And he gets an ultimate onto both of them. Light makes a mistake here, by the way. Ah, yeah, Light makes a mistake. Oh, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Okay, I'm right. I thought he'd ulted with the Chakram ultimate. He ulted with the Rifle ultimate, which is the correct decision. It gives him like an extra auto attack reset as well. Also, press it. Oh, hang on, this is something. Another Aphelios thing. You're going to learn so much about Aphelios today, folks. So, Aphelios has pressed the attack. He has pressed the attack. What this means is that Calibrum becomes very, very impactful. Now, why is that, you might ask? So, when you have pressed the attack, you need to hit someone 3 times consecutively. In this case, he's actually hit someone already, but this is just a little bit of attack I want to show anyway. So when you ult as Aphelios, the big particle comes out, then afterwards, technically it counts as an auto attack. So there is the big explosion afterwards. So you have that, and then you have an auto attack straight after. Then if you have the rifle, you get to auto attack because a mark is applied to them, much like it is when your rifle fires out the shot and hits someone. So you get the one auto attack from your ultimate, one from the mark afterwards. So that means you've already got 2 things there. So if you have an auto on someone, if you then either Q ult or if you just ult and then follow up with the auto attack anyway, you pretty much insta proc press the attack. It's really, really nice. You can also do some really nice combos with the flamethrower with the rifle too. So if you have Infernum Calibrum, you have really powerful ability to activate press the attack. Now we have Soul coming through. So hard to enter into NIP's comp. Entering into Talia, Ornn, Senna, even Senna ult. So nasty, man.
By Shanji, he will have access with Destiny to get back to the fight as well. Weibo need to make something happen. They're relying on Light. Keep an eye aware.
So Nautilus this is the worst case scenario, man. This is so crap. Because you've used your Nautilus hook. You don't have flash to force an ult onto someone as well. And Xiaohu gets hit by a W. So now if a fight immediately happens, Xiaohu can't follow up immediately, which just kind of sucks. He also doesn't have Micros. Photic hitting that W is really nasty.
Destiny pop. They're going to try to get access to the back line. There's a beautiful Ornhorn and
Xiaohu going on to draw. I don't know about that one. That doesn't feel great. Flash away from that. Good wall gets some of them away. Xiaohu has 1 ult and a flash left, but no one's really in one-shot potential. Good W.
Dragon goes over to Aki. That's the infernal soul to NIP, and they just walk away knowing.
I am also an Aphelios Aaron spammer, Clarkson.
Okay, what in the world has Aki eaten today?
Yeah, he's won a good couple of flips in a row. Good couple of flips in a row.
Can Aki stand up? Tarzan, absolutely he can.
Is it the straight hair?
Out. I think.
Can he see?
Is it? Can he see?
Man.
Alright. Aki, major respects. What a fantastic showcasing of team play in general from NIP. Not only making sure that they shut down Tarzan in the early game, they get Aki ahead. Aki performs, steals the Baron, steals Infernal Soul away from Weibo Gaming. Whoa, a little bit far forward, but that's a backup.
Dopamine gamers getting caught in transition here. They will use the Dawning Shadow across.
Sorry, I completely zoned out for a second there.
Aki ahead, Aki performs, steals the Baron, steals Infernal Soul away from Weibo Gaming. Whoa, a little bit far forward, but that's a backup.
So, NIP walking to River, they don't have their ults right now.
Steals the Baron, steals Infernal Soul
Draws
away
tanky as balls,
from
so
Weibo
like,
Gaming.
he doesn't care too much, but...
That's a backup.
I don't know. You don't have your ults this time, really. You don't have Rookie's ult. You don't have Shanji's ult. You use Senna's ult and you die anyway. That's like the one thing you can't do is this comp. You can't just square up without your ults. You have so many of them to use, but you can't square up without them. Oh, if that hits, that's actually potentially a game-ending push, by the way. I do like Shahuzari. And I think his Ari in the last fight was kind of meh. I think his target selection was kind of limited. I think as soon as he got hit by the center W in the last fight was kind of meh. But on the whole, I like Shahuzari. I think that he was second best Ari in the world behind Faker in 2022 when Ari came back into meta. He was very good. I saw a little bit of this live actually. I caught it while I was on the train. This is a mistake from Xiaohu. Xiaohu might be able to kill here, you know. Now, what Xiaohu should do is Q through the wave. And then what he can do is he can just save his Lich Bane auto attack for the cannon if he wants to. He doesn't need to use his W. Now, what you can do there, because you have Flash and Shanji doesn't, so watch what happens here. So he should Q. Yes, this is the right call to make. You don't need to W. If you don't W here, Shanji walks up like this. As soon as that minion dies, and also he misplaces his Q as well, so he doesn't insta-kill the backline, he should immediately Charm Flash Shanji under tower. He should immediately Charm Flash Shanji under tower. If you do that, you get Lich Bane. He has no flash. His ghost isn't up as well. He has no magic resist or anything like that. That's two. That'd be 2 turret shots for free. And if he'd saved his W, he would have had Lich Bane as well. Likely would have got. He likely would have gotten Electrocute too. I think you can potentially kill Shanji though. It's close. I think you kill Shanji. I think you kill Shanji if you manage to space out a Lich Bane proc. It's close. I think that he missed. I think there's a chance that he can get a Charm Flash on the turret, and that would have been like really, really big to stop NIP's next kind of phase of their push. Anyway, I guess his team is down on the roam. I guess he. Okay, with full spectator, that's what I would say. Wait, my face when Malphite can float on water, dude. Malphite is so low density given his weight and volume. He's like. He would just immediately rocket out of the atmosphere because he's less dense than the atmosphere. In terms of weight, this dude is breaking physics.
I think there's a little bit of wanting for Weibo's composition. They've got to find a way in. And
someone misplaced a couple of zeros, I think, with the numbers I found.
That kind of crack in the armor here, Trouble.
Like that Malphite's not okay, folks.
To worry about from NIP is Zwar.
Zwar, not Zwar. I need to tell Trouble about that. I need to tell that. It's Zwar, not Zwar.
And we saw how fast he actually goes down when he's been...
Actually, I'll write him a note about that later.
I'm looking over at Light's inventory. Triple damage already. Shred there. Collect.
Oh, Light's on him. Yeah, good point. Good point highlighting Light's items. I think that Light's items are enough to make anyone shiver in fear. There's no armor on the other side, basically. There's a tiny bit. Well, no, there's some from draw, and that's about it.
Has white guns. This is gonna shred Zuo so heavily. Yes, there is a frozen heart, but he's literally the sole frontline for NIP. So if he does eat the pole to face check into a neutral objective, you've got Light there, Crisp and Breathe are going to be his front lines. There is that potential for a
I don't think that Crisp and Breathe are very good front lines right now. Maybe Breathe is. I feel like NIP do shred the front line really, really quickly in the same right though.
You know it would go straight to the man that's named after it, Light there with his third item.
I feel like they could also be talking about how Light has very typically been the last hope for Weibo. Like, whatever shenanigans happen in the early game, Light is very often given the responsibility of, right, get us out of this mess in late game. So this is not unfounded territory, or whatever the word is. Unknown territory, probably better. Definitely better.
I think that's the hardest trouble.
Yeah, I feel like face checking right here is a little bit difficult. That's why you see Breathe sort of using his body to take some piss.
Steal the big wolf. Nice.
Aki with the question mark frog emote there. Breathe. Needs to use the blast cone.
Big damage. Yeah, Breathe that gets absolutely shredded. Senna's got big stacks right now. So you're getting most of the turrets off the map now.
He doesn't have to do that. He's doing it for extra.
But you're gonna get you're gonna need one last Baron to end this game. You need one last Baron. Do you think a team like 2023 could ever exist again? JDG, the amount of money needed to get that roster together was was pretty prohibitive. Maybe yes if you get like huge money from some investor, but you need to get like a huge amount of money from somewhere, I think. Like someone who's not committed that much money to it before. Comparative. Okay. So, NIP don't have, for one of the first times, like straight mid prior. Now what this means is that Weibo can kind of like fan out in different directions. That's good for them. It means that someone like Ornn's ult, you know, if they were all, so if you had like a big clump of like everyone around here, Ornn's ult gets to catch, you know, a lot of people in one go. Best he can catch right now is 2 people, maybe even 1. Yeah, so he has to, Joel would have to choose kind of like an awkward direction to throw his ult, not maximum value. Oops.
Looks like we're just getting a little bit of Nayram style here. We're just waiting for these objectives to spawn. You have about 1:40 for an Elder Dragon.
Yeah, you can see that Weibo can actually force their way in. Maybe with Flash Up and Crisp, they're kind of afraid of Light just insta one-shotting with ult. I think that Light, if he gets like a good combo, just immediately one-shot someone now actually. So you need to be very careful of Light. He has Flash. If Light has a good enough fight in the late game, things get really, really hairy. Okay, on W down, that's an important cooldown.
The 4v5 right now. They were trying to pull the trigger there,
but NIP are just delaying for Shanji in the side lane. It's completely fine. And this is one of the things we were talking about in regards to the objective gameplay earlier, is that NIP, they're pretty happy to sit back and use globals on side lanes. So he can ult out whenever he wants. Can you get inhib in time? Yes, you can.
Okay, and now NIP are going towards the Baron because they have full
yeah, so they go into Baron. They can force out of it. Yeah, good flash away.
Tarzan burns his flash there. If he did not, he would have died. Now the spear not going to connect, but you do get the insane engage. They got Photic right out of the heart of NIP.
How does Photic die there, though?
Not he would.
So it's a good flash away from Tarzan, like really, really good, because if he dies, like that's immediate return back onto Baron. Crisp is in such a godlike position here. He can flash ult anyone on the team he wants. He can already get himself a flash, like an ult onto Shanji. Completely cool. Hey Nymera, been a lurking fan of yours for a while now. It's been awesome to see all the success you've been having with the LPL broadcast. Thank you. That's really kind of you, Relu. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I am currently zonked out of my mind because hay fever is kicking me in the face. But I'm glad you're here, and however long you've been lurking for, I appreciate that for too. Right, back to this. Crisp is in a godlike position. Light is in a godlike position. Now, the problem is you've used your Ornn W, and if you clump up, you're going to get like a multi-man Infernum. So, I think Joao is in this awful position where he's like, well, I can't give Light a clumped up Infernum ultimate. Because he's actually on vision here as well. Because if he steps back into this kind of corridor, there's a chance there's a 3-man ult. So he needs to still somehow be a front line when Light can just wail on him here. And Light can keep holding his ultimate until he sees a good enough angle to... Yeah, so that's why he steps up like this. Flash forward from Breathe, who has ult. Oh, Photic, man. You just have to flash over the wall and reposition. I think that Photic really, really griefs this. Great flash forward for the instant stun to the wall. I think it's a flash kind of tap W from Breathe, who immediately hits the wall there. But like Photic should 100% be flashing over here. This is a mistake from Photic. You can't go into that choke point. Ah, man, that's a mistake. Photic does occasionally make these flubs in late game positioning. It is known.
They want to turn the tide of the momentum, and they're going to force the Baron. We've seen them do this one time before, but Aki, can he get the magic steal? He does not.
Okay, objective bounty.
Meanwhile, their base is lacking for structures as the
Light actually fight out the ult there too.
Here with the help of Sanji, they will get another turret too.
Okay, teleport now onto Shanji. He has flash. Does good sidestep? No. Oh my god, good sidesteps. Nice, 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 nice. Wow.
Absolutely stellar work for NIP. Shanji goes down there.
Yeah, I mean, what this means now is that you've got teleport invested by Xiaohu, who now can't also use the Baron buff very well. And now Xiaohu is not in position to fight for the Elder. You give up Elder. So you get diminished Baron.
gaming with the Elder Spawn in Weibo.
And now you have to fight a 4v5. Light just uses ult around Barons. You don't even have like a really good like wombo. Breathe comes through the wall. Oh, the flash forward! Wait, how did they get onto Tarzan so easily? What was it? Oh, Shanji just walks around with a gold card. Right, okay. Ah, I mean, it's just a flash gold card into the full combo. Yeah. Okay, second gold card coming through. I think Shanji almost died because he chose his target poorly with that W. Okay.
And the Elder Dragon wings start flapping, and NIP go to town on Weibo.
They do not have a wave to finish out the game right here, and Xiaohu is going to spawn instantly. But what a
Xiaohu, not Xiaohu.
I feel like I keep repeating myself, but NIP have been so
I need to make some notes about this.
throughout the entirety. Shanji on this twisted fade. He's top, he's mid, he's pushing inhibitor towers, he's flanking, he's popping yellow cards. You know what? That's to redeem that blue card. Go on,
That's not what you should be talking about here. You shouldn't be talking about redeeming that blue card at that point. I think that's not... I mean...
top side of the map. Great stuff from
Well, no, I think that's okay, actually. No, I'm being harsh. That's fine.
Some things change,
It's okay.
some things stay the same. Well,
If
the
it ain't broke,
carries... Yeah, the
don't fix
carries of these solo lanes have been monumental for Rookie and Shanji. Rightfully so after a...
And let me just listen through that again.
As we said, coming to...
he's flanking, he's popping yellow cards. You know what? That's to redeem that blue card. Go on the top side of the map. Great stuff from the NFP score.
As we
GG,
said,
there's no way
coming to
Weibo can
this
lose
one,
now.
Some things change and some things stay the same. Well,
If
the
it ain't broke,
carries... Yeah, the
don't fix it.
carries of these solo lanes have been monumental for Rookie and Shanji. Rightfully so after a wonderful split in spring and IP, turning heads with their gameplay, and here to kick us off in summer, they're doing the same.
Again,
Nice
so
handoff into the
friendly
replay, at least.
from Sanji,
That was nice.
Flashing through for the gold card onto Tarzan. They know that the only way NIP can lose this fight is if that Elder Dragon gets stolen away and they get executed down.
I mean, Xiaohu getting blasted before this is such a big killer, though.
Hats off to Sanji. Incredible flash over the wall to take care of that.
Just making the play call there, I think, is the biggest thing. That's the fluidity we've seen all game long from NIP. Literally, their plays have been so synced together there, and they're able to play off each other. And that's something we started seeing towards the latter half of spring, not always in spring, but it's definitely transitioned well in the offseason here into summer. At least in this game, number one. We'll see if they can
I'm so
cross their
happy
T's,
you
dot their
mentioned
I's.
spring. I'm so happy you mentioned spring because it left us with a bittersweet taste.
I think we've talked too long about the follow-up now. We spent, like... I don't know, I guess they came out of the replay. The replay... I think we need to talk about maybe about how the game might be ending here, though. Okay, ult comes in. It's the extended range of rank 3. Breathe walks through walls. That's funny as heck.
But yeah, seeing this NIP coming back on their first game, it's gotta feel good.
Definitely does. As already maybe bucking the trend of people's expectations of the
Breathe is tanky as balls with Fimbulwinter now, man.
They and Weibo are the clear
Fully
top
completed.
two.
I know that's happened for a while, but like Fimbulwinter
Trying to
Skarner
jump
is
this double round
really
robin
nasty.
is gonna get oh so spicy. As Weibo on their last breaths here, last engaged potentially if Weibo.
So, we still have Light with a ridiculous amount of items. 4 items in. If you get a good enough... and of course, when you have... wait, does Shield Blood give crit anymore? I can't remember if it does.
That is all
I know Bloodthirster doesn't give crit anymore again, like that. But like the crit items now give 25% crit, which is obviously a big buff. Okay. On W being used pretty much on cooldown to stop the Nautilus hook. Where's that teleport coming in? Is that seen? It is seen. Okay, flash ult.
He's gonna go for the long play on the Rookie, but can't do it. Spirit Rush there. There's gonna be a
Hey,
knock up on
Breathe
Light, but they
gets a
already took the
pretty
engage
good
there.
combo
Triple
there,
fire
actually.
up
That's a
again.
great combo on the Photic. How the hell does he reach him?
He's gonna go for the long play on the Rookie, but can't do it. Spirit
I
Rush-
mean,
He has been spotted.
okay.
what's Photic? What's Photic doing here? How does Photic get caught again on a late game team fight? So Rookie and Shanji overcommit onto Xiaohu, arguably. Now Shanji's out of position for a gold card. But like, Photic should never be stood here, man. You should never be stood here. No flash. You should be standing behind Aki, who has his ult at least to go backwards. Or Dwo needs to like step back into this gap. I think that because Dwo's a little bit afraid of walking too close to light, I think that Photic just needs to like be hiding behind this rock and then just walking out this way. I think that's completely fine as soon as Xiaohu shows on top side of that fight. Ornult's okay, but like, why is Photic positioning here? Bro is actually on the front lines, but by his own choice. Now, because of this, Breed's going to show the same tech he showed before, where basically you pop your ult behind you after wall slamming, and you basically drag someone backwards that way. Does that, it drags everyone in front for a lovely ult through from light. Oh my god, that's nasty. Woof. And that at least is center off the table. You do get resets coming through. Light's alive, though. No cleanse! Is it enough? It might be. Holy shit, it's close. Oh my god, this is close. This is so close. Now, I'm going to slow this down. So, reset the Nautilus. We talked about how that's really nasty. No cleanse, but god, the damage coming through from light is at least enough to turn around for the GA. Tower ult starting to go through. Aki drops tower aggro. Tarzan goes golden after a spear. Tower shot still firing. Q onto 2 people! Oh! Oh my god, that's so close. And now because of that, the game doesn't end. I mean, most of this is from Breathe. Like, Breathe gets a fantastic... Breathe and Light combo up into an absolute mega nuke. Jesus, that's close. It saves the game. It doesn't, you know, completely unlock the game, but it doesn't, yeah.
They're still in your base. They haven't flooded into Weibo's base yet. And Weibo leave to breathe another, I'm gonna say minute to 2 minutes and a half, maybe, considering the Elder Dragon and Baron are coming back up, but NIP, a little bit of a blunder there.
I mean, it's Photic in multiple team fights in a row, mispositioning in late game. I am really pretty, yeah.
Look at Shanji.
I mean, Breathe is so good, man.
And look how instantly that gets cleansed.
Jeez.
Absolutely stellar work.
I mean, Breathe is fantastic. Hats off to Breathe. That is insane. Oof. Is there anything better that Aki could have done there? He misses his Q. I actually think that, you know what? I think Aki misplays this. I think he needs to stay as the Aphelios here. Just stay as the Aphelios. You're a late game Aphelios. You don't need to ult randomly backwards. Why are you ulting there? Just turn around and auto attack Xiaohu. And he mistimes his ult on Tarzan. Oh, come on. And he mistimes his W! Aki! My dude! My dude! My dude, what are you doing? Oh, come on. Like, you just keep the Aphelios. You just took the fed Aphelios' body! Kill them all! Kill them, Spider-Man! Oh my god, he's... Ah! Mistimes the ult. Mistimes the W. Should have kept the Aphelios body anyway. But, like, why? Just kill them all! Kill them, Spider-Man! Ah, he smites him and he lives anyway. Oh, for God's sake.
Defense is strong from Weibo.
Jesus.
The composition that they do have in NIP, just forcing their hand a little bit.
Ah!
Like, now they move back onto the map with items completed, but the thing is, Light is almost on a full build. He has that shield bow completed.
Right, okay, what are we looking at next? So I think that NIP misused a whole bunch of tools. I think that Rookie and Shanji overplayed towards the top side of the FAP, Photic mispositioned, and then, like, Aki missed a chance to kill both of them.
Weibo Gaming actually have to worry about Baron right now because they do have double super minions running from every single lane.
Yeah, triple inhib down is still nasty though for Weibo. You have decent wave clear though. You got a Death Cap on Ori. Lich Rain helps you clear through supers a little better as well. You're giving up Baron. I don't think you can realistically contest for that. You need to be super fucking careful.
Battle of the Light Bros intensifies as Baron is just being stolen away. Meanwhile, I think NIP decide to
sneak in.
get bot side focus.
Okay, ults for ults. I mean, the ult's good away from Xiaohu.
base. What is happening?
You're trying to get a gold card into a combo from Rookie, and he's overplayed it.
But could they just lose the game out?
I mean, Breathe is gonna... Oh, he snaps him back! Oh, Rookie, you can't get hit by this shit all the time!
He goes golden, and it might just be the golden hour for NIP. Xiaohu has no mana left. The auto attacks are not enough. Expulsion back. Oh my god, they defend again.
Damn.
It feels like Lord of the Rings all over again. A quadra kill for life. He goes gold. Happen to get the Baron pit. I hope to find out as we're gonna get the picture-in-picture. Baron is half health, but could they just lose the game outright? Breathe has sacrificed.
Oh, that's a nasty snapback. Rookie thinks he can outstep it. That's close, actually. The hitbox for that is, obviously, is very deceptive. It's very deceptive here, but, like... So what's happening here? That's a snapback. Yeah, snapback to reality. Oop, there goes gravity.
No, the impale. The impale is so big. Can he stop him though? Rookie's still alive. He goes golden, and it might just be the golden hour for him.
Okay, Xiaohu hits a really good trade onto Shanji there.
The auto attacks are not enough.
Golden.
Oh my god, they defend again, and it feels like Lord of the Rings all over again.
I don't like the Lord of the Rings thing out of nowhere. I feel like that's lacking context. That feels a bit out of context. I think maybe you could say it feels like Helm's Deep all over again or something like that, or a specific moment. I feel like bringing that reference out of nowhere is a little too much for a huge moment in the game. Watching them through? I watched them last year.
Because NIP have tried to end the game twice. It has both been sloppily, but Light has not let them go through. But
I think that no. You shouldn't be calling out Light here. You have to be talking about Breathe.
Weibo's way, and honestly,
how to go on Breathe? Breathe has been an absolute hero. Every big fight, Breathe is absolutely monstered.
On the clock, the tanks are getting tankier.
Talk about the end of the game. They're ending the game. They have Lich Banes. They have so many Lich Banes.
No way! Off of one fell swoop, off of two consecutive.
Oh shit, that's close.
There's no way that this is how this first.
Yeah, Light got the kills with the quadra kill, but it's on Breathe, really.
More! Breathe goes through the wall, and it's gonna be a kick to the face that sends NIP right through it.
Oh my god, they win off of that. They actually went off of that. Jesus, man. Jeez. Let's go back to that Nexus defense then. Let's go back to that.
Oh my god.
Let's go back to this.
Just be the goal.
So what happens here?
What is happening at the Baron pit? I hope to find out.
Okay. Oh, Breathe has renderings for the slow. Am I buying the new Ahri skin as an Ahri main? Don't ask me that question. Look, we'll see when it hits live. I am emotionally preparing for the financial hit. I mean, so the Randuin slow is nasty. The flash hit back.
But could they just lose the game outright? Breathe has sacrificed.
Oh, the pop back is now. I mean, that pop back is absolutely game changing. Rookie could have Zonya's, could have flashed. He thinks he's going to walk out, but Breathe knows the hitbox better. I mean, Rookie's been hit by, like, just the corner of the Skarner hitbox twice in important moments.
The impale.
Shanji's taking aggro, that's teleporting in. Senna... Wait, where did the Senna all go? Is that in the picture-in-picture?
No, the impale.
Okay, that gives a shield
So
through.
big. Can he stop him?
They don't get the reset, they don't get the Baron. So they fuck up at the Baron. Also, I'm going to throw this, just say it this way. If Photic had ulted the base as well, they also win. The fact that Photic ults in the Baron fight, doesn't save his jungler. The Baron's stolen. They die, losing the resets, and they don't ult towards the base, getting potentially a kill onto Breathe quicker. Or at all. Oh, if the Sunner all goes back to the base, Breathe dies. And he manages to get back and get some fountain healing. Oh, and he carries Shanji away from the Nexus. Oh, it's a disaster. Oh my god. How close is this? So, Voltic kind of fucks up again. But I guess that's a team call around the Baron. But like, someone's gonna be... If you... I mean, if you ult the fucking base as Senna, probably the extra damage kills them too. I mean, this is a late game Senna. Are you kidding me? How does he die at the fight? Does Cryptus flash on him? Wait, this... What happens to Senna? Senna dies trying to stop the bags! Ah! 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 He dies trying to stop the bags! Ah!
My God!
I can't freaking believe it. That's very painful.
They defend again! And it feels like Lord of the Rings all over again! A quadra kill for light!
9, 2, and 3.
And they immediately know they can end the game because they have the Baron. They keep a minion alive. They have increased minion speed because it's post 35 minutes as well. Like, look how fast that minion is. That little minion is moving faster than light. Wait. That breaks physics. Oh my god, it moves faster than light. I think they know at this point that they can end the game. I think, yeah, they know at this point they can end the game. So then, Xiaohu goes back to get what? What does he buy? Does he buy anything or does he just buy a pot? I'm gonna imagine he buys a blue pot. So he goes back, teleports in. Yeah, he has a sorcery pot now. Yeah, that's good. Good from Xiaohu. Good awareness.
Two consecutive team fights. There's no way that this is how this first game ends in this series.
And well, I mean, he fucks up the CC combo, but it doesn't matter. Oh, that's just so painful. Oh, they completely fucked it.
And Weibo completely flipped game one.
What in the world? Weibo Gaming.
Oh. Okay, I need the toilet. I need to rest my eyes from whatever the fuck that first game was, and then I'll come back for game 2, folks. So give me like a minute or two, and I don't know. I don't know, man. I'll do something. Oh, Jesus Christ. What a game, huh? I was drinking coffee. Hello, hi Hasu. How's it? Yeah, dude, that end of that game is it's broken me a bit, folks. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, right. Shall we get on to game 2? Shall we have a think about our lives? How much we mean to each other. How much we hurt when everything goes wrong when trying to end the game, and instead we throw things at the Nexus 2 times over because of our AD carry's decision making. It's not all on Photic. A lot of it is. 2 times in a row.
Either team played in their first game will not be available to their
Fearless draft.
team in this
Let us note
second
this.
game. So we will not see a lot of the strong pieces that NIP were able to bring out. Let's see if Skarner makes it through for them this time around. But I think the biggest difference maker will be what the Eagle matchup looks like in game.
Ugh.
Again, it felt like NIP did everything they could to make Tarzan's life a living hell.
Yeah, they were good at shutting down Tarzan. It's a good point to bring up.
And all in all,
Oh, the Champions League's bigger now because they have a bar underneath it. Right. Okay, so yeah, these picks below, they can't pick them again for that team. The other team can pick champions that the other team has picked. Skarner banned on red side? Yeah, I think Skarner's going to be banned quite a lot. I think Skarner is just a very reliable champion. Ashe is available, there's no Rumble. Likely to be Ashe Callista, Ashe Varus, one of the two. Twisted Fate is gone. Now, obviously, NIP can't play the Twisted Fate, which is a problem, because Shanji is a very good player at this, and you'd love to be playing that a lot. They also can't play the Senna, so they banned out 2 of the champions that they can't play. Now, the bonus of that is that they're banning for the enemy team, but they're not banning anything for themselves. They banned the Camille for themselves, which, of course, is a breathe specialty as well. They banned out the Jax and the kill from him in first game. Weibo banned out the Skarner in the same way. So there is some logic to say ban what you have played if it is a power pick, because it means that the enemy team doesn't get showed as well. Makes some sense, right? Because you're not banning yourself out at that point too. It's even more bad. So you want to maybe separate the Ashe Varus, but there's still the Ashe Callista. So you're not going to be able to deny bot lane completely. I don't know whether on hit Varus is dead. I think Poke Varus might be like. Okay, here is my. Oh, by the way, I'm so sorry that I'm like not paying attention to YouTube comments. I did see some stuff in there, like 1 or 2 things. Yeah, I apologize for that one, but I will try and keep some eyes on that. I think my problem here, going with the Varus here, is that I don't know if you can go Varus early anymore, because if you lock in Varus, you just lock in a butt ton of tanks, and tanks don't really care about Poke Varus. I don't know if on hit is just kind of dead now.
Yeah, Varus seems like more prominent AD carry right now that doesn't necessarily get banned very often. Of course, Fearless could very easily change.
No, I think Fearless doesn't change it. I think the AD carry, I think Lethal Tempo being removed changes it. I think, yeah.
Let's see if here they're going to show up what they want to take in terms of their jungle probably, or their mid lane even. 2 of which they let out until very late in the drafts. In game number 1 is going to be the Rexana.
Okay, now where's Rek'Sai going?
Flex towards top lane, but more recently we have been seeing a favor towards the jungle.
I've been a little curious. Some of the giggling over there from Shao as we locked it in. Where that one's going to go, there is going to be some of that flexibility for them. I think that is one of the strengths we also saw from NIP that last split, was the flexibility they had in some of the early picks in the draft. Okay,
so it is the Ashe Callista, so you can't remove both of those things, and then this is one of the other issues. So you have great lane pairing that does fine against the Varus. Poke Callista arguably outlanes the Poke Varus as well, just because her Q is bullshit. And now you also have a Cassante, a tank matchup, which is, it's Kashanji, one of his best champions, which is also very good into Poke Varus. Poke Varus hates playing into tanks. So now you have to ban out more tank options. Like, so what happens now if, what happens now if you lock in a Sejuani for Aki, which is one of his better champions too? What happens if you lock in a Sejuani? You have Cassante Sejuani to get through as the Varus. Like, you can ban away. So I think what NIP do, you ban out some tank killers. So the Tristana's already gone from the mid lane pool. What are the tank killers have you got? Is Rek'Sai more likely to be going jungle than top lane now? I think it might be likely to go jungle instead of top lane. You might, I mean, maybe you ban out Jax as one of the better matchups into Cassante. And then, what else in mid lane? I mean, Talia's not great at killing tanks, but she's fine. I mean, you just ban out some DPS from mid lane, maybe? Maybe that's the play?
He's back. I'll be surprised even if I saw a Bleach card here coming through. We saw it in the previous series as well, when you do have two squishy targets towards the both side of the map. Something like a Bleach run could be actually huge. Ashe, extremely mobile on this lane as well. No Kalista as well, that's very short range. They're gonna choose to go with another split push threat on Xiaohu. This time around, it's going to be
Xiaohu.
Banned out last game.
I mean, maybe you can play on hit Varus, but I don't know. I think that on hit Varus is just way worse than it was, right?
Love to see the flexibility of the draft that Weibo are bringing. I still think they need some stability.
Because one of the bonuses of on hit Varus is that lethal tempo would stack up your Terminus so quickly that you get loads of resistances too very, very quickly. Without that extra attack speed, it's much harder to do that.
Now, I was
Yeah, banning out Rook. Yeah. Pork.
Now, I believe in season
80
7,
pork is
Rek'Sai was
porky.
seen more than 1,000 times, I think, paired up with the likes of Syndra back then. They were a very potent duo versus the likes of LeBlanc and Lee Sin. And I'm assuming this is what's going to be here for Tarzan. It's going to be the Rek'Sai in the jungle to facilitate for them.
No, yeah, I guess Trouble wasn't around for the era, the golden era of Rek'Sai. Well, I guess back then, Season 7 was like the silver era of Rek'Sai. Like, there was past this golden era of Season 5 where Rek'Sai was a bullshit champion, man. Warrior Rek'Sai. Okay, so, and I ain't that afraid of Zac.
Oh, we can't. Sorry, guys. Fearless. I'm adapting to it as well. Never mind.
I was giving it a
Insult for
second.
Cloxen.
You got it. Let's go. The Poppy, though, a specific band.
Let me think.
Aki. I think we saw some revelations of that from last split, but also it's one of Tarzan's go-to picks in the jungle.
Insult for
I
Dom.
like that Zac band already, telling that engage power from Weibo. Length of engage. Gone. The Kennen taken away, though.
Wow. I'm actually very surprised we've seen...
I actually need to think about this. My brain is not working very well today. One sec. I will try and get through these. One sec. Oh, the farm alert Rek'Sai? Yeah, that was annoying, like the farm alarm. So banning out flank champions. So they're banning out ways onto the backline rather than like tank killers, which I guess makes sense. Yeah, that actually makes sense. Because like it doesn't matter if Varus can't kill the front line if you just immediately assassinate the backline. That does make some degree of sense. Cloxen, let me sit on that for a bit. I have got like immediate inspiration besides one which. Does that work? No, I don't know if I can say that as no. Could I?
Rek'Sai ganking that lane pretty okay into Cassante too.
So they're looking for ways onto the back line. I mean, Leona's that. I mean, your ult always goes through it.
Crisps Leona. They get a big solar flare, but also some follow-up CC there himself. We've seen Leona rise through priority here, at least early in these first series that we have. And see if some maybe tried and true stock standard stuff comes out from NIP, or if we are going to get like the Aurelian Souls, things like that to round up their comp.
Yeah, I think NIP just looking at Sejuani here, though, right? I think Sejuani is super valuable for them.
Oriana Sejuani or something like an Oriana Jarvan.
You want another tank, just so.
80 carry in the likes of a Varus.
Yeah.
Once the ball sticks, it sticks.
Okay, they go for the Wukong instead. I don't know. I mean, it's good wombo. It's okay into it really outscales the Rek'Sai. Eventually, like Rek'Sai just eats shit. I mean, what are you gonna go? What do you finish off your draft with here? I mean, you want something that can kill the Cassante, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, the Jax wasn't banned out. Jax can struggle into Oriana a lot, and doesn't really like playing into poke into Ashe. And then the Kalista saves the Ashe and gets to play from beyond into attack ranges as well.
A couple couple of years ago, I wasn't very familiar with the LPL at all. And the fun fact is, I had a pretty big cast that was coming up. I think it might have been like EMEA Masters Finals or something. So I posted in my timeline.
Let's get in this game.
What some of these picks can do, what this jungle matchup will particularly look like. We saw a very one-sided game for a majority of it in game number 1. It was all NIP favored until it wasn't. Weibo snatched that win out from under them.
Wait, Clarkson, I think I got it. Clarkson, you still there? You still there? I think I got it. I need to figure out how to word it, but I think I got it.
Get into it though. We'll see if we can be pushed to double game 3s on our first day of summer. Fearless is a hell of a lot of fun.
You still here, Dom?
Some of those things play out here. Weibo Gaming versus the Ninjas in Pyjamas, game number 2. Starting.
Oh, we were just talking about the values of the days. Okay, you still here? Okay. You should change your career, your job, your profession to only pans. Because as a G2 fan, that's probably the only way that you'll ever be able to, like, consume the shit which they are cooking. No, is that work? I feel like that was halfway there. God damn it. But yeah, change your job career to only pans because it's funny. Maybe then you two can cook up mad shit. Look, I don't know. I'm actually not that happy with that. All I did was make a joke about only pans. You know what? I don't feel good about that. I feel like I could have done better with it. I feel like I can do better. In fact, I'm gonna. Anyway, I'm more than complete. I'm actually gonna give you your points back. Yeah, G2 would never work with. Yeah. Okay, right. What do we think about him? Fix. I'll get my head back in the game.
He's a monster. He's got Rek'Sai. He can gank early on if he so wishes. You know, pretty good pair with the LeBlanc. If we get one chain onto Rookie, who's playing a very mobile target, a Rek'Sai follow-up is very, very potent. So
yeah, the gank setup for Rek'Sai is nice, yeah. Yeah, I felt like I couldn't get a big enough thing there. Light is going solo top side, so this is going to be lane swap. So Weibo initiated the lane swap. Well, they initiated lane swap both games. Game sound is dead.
I think I do want to bring a little bit more focus to that top
That's
side
back.
as well. I know we probably won't see anything from them except for some of these fun trades early on, but both guys getting their comfort champions here in the Jax.
And you don't get XP from double jungling anymore. What is Shanji doing?
I mean, maybe he does because he's just Cassante.
I mean, started W for the damage reduction. Gets grasp. Xiao who has W level 1. Yeah, he doesn't get a second W cooldown here either. So they don't manage to stop the wolves getting taken. If you steal a small raptor, does that change anything? I mean, it means that Tarzan doesn't get level 3 off the full camps. So he gets. It would have stopped Tarzan getting level 3. Which he now gets. What matters here? So you don't really stop anyone getting. You don't stop Tarzan or Breathe getting towards top side for a 4-man there. Shanji's trying to lane versus Breathe. Yeah, he's just trying to lane versus him on the wolves. That's what he's doing. Right, what did my phone charger go? So I guess it makes sense to lane swap away from the Callista Ashe, but of course when you're lane swapping away from bot lane because of fortification and stuff, bot lane dies quicker than top lane in terms of the turrets. So you still get a bonus here from NIP. You pick such a lane dominant lane that Weibo have to run from it. Aki's going to get his full topside quadrant for free. Don't think they can contend that. Breathe's going to get some XP from wave crashing under turret from wave 3. Or wave 4 rather.
That gives a lot of solo XP.
He's also going to get some plate gold as well and can get demolish on tower. No demolish. Wait, did Shanji take demolish? Maybe he did.
However, I don't know if I'm very happy with Weibo for lane swapping right here because
you know, folks, I'm actually just aware that I've been live for like. I'm gonna actually mute and I'm gonna go on one. I'm not gonna do like the full cast review. I'm gonna speed things up from here just because I want to I'm actually going to take the half rise of Stalks and get a bit of a headache. Ugh, but I just realised like we've got 2 quite long games to go through still. And I am running out of steam already. And that's not very good in terms of mentally. But okay. So 2 plates to 2 across the board. Actually not the worst thing ever. Escape the first level of the game against Callista Ash. That's completely fine. Worth noting, that's another thing too. So, Poke Varus has started going towards, I'll just whistle into the mic. It's random teeth positioning for you. Occasionally, they'll get the teeth. No, I can't do that. Whatever, teeth whistle, that's the thing. Anyway, first strike does less damage than it used to, but it gives you a load of gold, which is really nice. So it's not going to be Comet or Halo Blades anymore. Well, in this case, you would normally go for Comet, but I think Comet got nerfed as well. Did it? No, this is the start of the season. Anyway, first strike is the thing right now for Poke Virus. Shanji has a huge XP advantage. She'll get even up by the end. No, it's not going to get fully evened up, I guess. Breathe still has TP though, so he can teleport in after already going for a base. I guess this weighs down in XP. He couldn't get to a wave before he could teleport back out as easily. Or rather, he based and then he walked out rather than teleporting to a wave. But you can't really throw yourself under a turret to TP and die to it, so. Dirk hit already for Varus. Show who's got a decent game to play LeBlanc, I guess. I guess LeBlanc's got a decent amount of targets. But is going to suffer in lane. Orianna is good versus LeBlanc. Hydra, I can do that. I will hydrate. Coffee counts, right? Okay. Rookie position's fine. Doesn't get in chain distance. Doing well in the lane to stop Xiaohu from getting good value. Chain does hit now. Do they kill with the ult? No, they don't. Trade back with the ult from Rookie, knowing that he needs to poke out LeBlanc, otherwise this phase of lane is broken. And also the distortion was down to dodge the shockwave, so it just means guaranteed damage, which is nice. Chris was a very famous Leona player, by the way. He was very good at this back on FPX in his World Championship run. Tarzan utilizing the moment of pressure mid where Rookie can't stay under can't move from under turret though to make sure he can go into the enemy jungle. Same with Chris moving. I think overall Weibo are happy with the lane swap. It's not the best. It does mean that Breathe is down, but the lane swap means that Weibo's bot lane survives, which is a bit of a hard ask. Oh, Breathe, you can't make that kind of mistake, mate. That's a mistake. Can't get dragged that way. You just don't stand next to walls like that, man. He's on weak side anyway, and he should know he's on weak side. Plus, like, Light and Crisp just recall on the other side of the map. There is no one helping you. They had the second reset too. Fantastic ult angle from Shanji. That should be a dead Breathe. Think? Yeah. No way he should have positioned like that next to the wall. So now he's lost his flash. And he's died. And he ulted. So that's just like double down on the loss. Is this gonna be 2 drakes for 1? Or is it gonna be contest? Tarzan's trying to clean things up. Does manage to get the 3 grubs at least on the first spawn. So that's just Breathe disconnected with the team. No one was coming to help him there, and he's still really poorly next to a wall. However, on the fade away from the kill, they do manage to kill Aki as well, so they get something back. But it is way more valuable to get the kill into Breathe, who has no teleport to get back to a lane, which means that Shanji is completely fine with the lane matchup now. I think that Jax finds it harder to deal with Cassante than he did last season anyway, and now it's just made itself even worse. Shanji's going to get another plates. Doesn't have Demolish, so he doesn't get to like completely shred turrets, but he's happy with this all the same. Gets the first strike. So what are we looking for here? What are we looking for? So you have the poke Varus into a pretty shit comp for it. It's not the worst thing ever. I think that Light is going to really struggle into work on Cassante. If either of them get on top of him, the fight is effectively over for him. And he can't kill Cassante well. Weibo do have good side lane. But they... Yeah, no, Weibo have pretty good side lane. As long as Light can safely wave clear. They've survived the early part of the game. But they survived that early part of the game by lane swapping. And the problem is, because they lane swapped, it means that Shanji is in a better place than he should have been versus, yeah. W, nice. And what that means is that because Breathe is not going to be in position to completely total a side lane and be like a tank-killing menace and stuff, it means that Weibo's one anti-tank option, which is Breathe, is now behind the pace of the game. And that's a problem. Because Shanji could just run the game now. Could run the duels. Now, what are you going to do if Shanji just walks up to an objective with a Orianna ball on? Wait, you're paying 5k to give me a compliment? Wait, you're paying me to give me a compliment? Wait, do you want me to compliment myself? Or... You want me to compliment... Oh, don't do that. Oh, you asking the person with, like, crippling, like... self-image issues to give themselves a comment, the compliment. Jeez, I don't know. Oh, you're giving me one. Nice, awesome. I don't have to give myself a compliment. Love it. That makes my job easier. Thanks. I was worried for a second there. That's very kind of you. I await it eagerly. Like, goddamn. I have to think of nice things to say about myself. Jeez, that'll be difficult. Okay. So, Weibo clearing out mid lane pretty well. I guess the bonus here is that... I mean, the Kalista Ashe are struggling to give themselves huge value. It's hard to exploit them, though, because of the Kalista ult. Kind of interested to see how Photic does anything. Right, Varus, good value. Nice. Oh, he hasn't gone for tier, by the way. So no tier on Varus makes longer phases of defending mid lane, and then later into the game when you want to get towards third item Romano, it means your power spike goes off less. But from what I saw from Molecule on Twitter, it's a big thing in solo queue because you're permanently fighting. Okay. Speaking of that, we are fighting now. Orianna's teleport to the fight. Big arrow coming in from light. It's nasty as hell. So why does Rookie teleport in though? Why does Rookie probably go in here? I guess they're worried about... What are they worried about? I mean, flash jacks, I guess? So you teleport away from the side lane. And then he's just going to walk straight back to it. What is he worried about? Because you have to be teleporting him because you're trying to achieve something here, right? What's happening here? I mean, Light has Flash, Ult, Arrow. But Draw has Cholesterol, so he's not in huge danger. Why are you teleporting there? That feels like such a useless teleport. You're not catching anyone either. Weibo don't have a great position. That's a bad teleport from Rookie. I'm sorry. That's just not good. They might have not known LeBlanc was top. Even then, you're getting the dragon, you're getting out, right? You realistically... I don't think that's particularly useful, you know? Rookie's in a really weird Orianna game, by the way, because I'll just talk about this briefly, right? And we'll talk about it in subsequent fights. Orianna wants I don't know. Let's just draw it on the screen. So if Orianna I don't know, say is stood here, wants everyone to be stood in like a single clump from a single direction. Because you can throw out the ball, and you can immediately shockwave this area. Kind of similar to what we talked about at the Ornn in game 1. If you go in a single direction, Ori gets the ball into position, insta-kill. Fight's over. Now, if you look up, Jax wants to be on a flank, LeBlanc definitely wants to be on a flank. Rek'Sai can come over a wall, but it can also be stood as a front line as well. I'm going to say, like, at least these two are in different positions. And then the Varus is also out of range and likely has an Edge of Night at some point in the build as well. You're going to have a problem where Orianna is never really going to get the ult which they want. So, one of your big play patterns is in a very difficult situation. Now, what that means is that you're kind of reduced to just playing to just hit the arrowed target. So if Ashe Arrow hits... I mean... I guess you'll... Yeah, if Ashe Arrow hits a target in front of you, that's when you have value. Because your Shockwave then has really good extra CC and decent damage after that point too. But Rookie's had this issue before. I think it was versus Top Esports even. Yeah. No, it might have been versus Team WE. One of the two. Last regular split. He had a series where he played 2 Orianna games against compositions like this. He just never hit a good combo because they're just never lining up for him. No, he's done well. He's done pretty well in laning phase. I mean, now Shahu's getting some golden side lanes, and it's not really going to be that apparent. But he did fine in early lane. But I'm worried about Rookie's impact on this game. Shahu's doing smoke and dagger things by hiding in Fog of War. It's nasty as hell. It's Crisp getting... Ooh. I mean, Photic and Draw going very deep there. That's a bad cue. Don't know where the hell that was going. Nice. Did he need to do that? I don't think he needed to do that. Okay. Righty. Herald's gone. Tarzan's died. Let's go through this again. I want to go through this again, actually, because I didn't really take away anything of value there. Why did this happen, and what can we learn from it? So, push in top. Xiaohu gets to push in roam. Why is Tarzan so far back, then? Is he waiting for red buff spawn? Look, if Tarzan's over here farming this, there is no reason for Chris to be walking up like that. Because Crisp is minimum blowing flash, right? If he walks into anyone. How much did they know before this? Because I feel like this is just a bit of a crap play. So they see Draw and Photic moving into river. So they see that. They know that. They see Aki on there. Maybe they think they can get an insta-kill onto... I mean, there's cholesterol up, so you're not getting onto Draw. And there's a heal there too. I mean, does Crisp think he's going to, like, insta-kill Photic if Xiaohu flashes forward? I don't think that's likely, because Draw is going to arrow likely into Xiaohu's direction if he tries to join the play too quickly. So that's why Xiaohu doesn't really want to jump on them. He doesn't want to jump... If you're the LeBlanc player here, you don't want to jump into an Ashe, because if you get hit by an Ashe arrow, Aki immediately jumps on you and kills you as well, because you're CC'd into the Cyclone. So you can't go there. I think this is a big overestimation by Crisp. I think Crisp, like, massively misplays this. By the way, Crisp is the main shot caller for Weibo, on the whole. Or at least he was last split. I don't know what the case is now. Edge of Night built up by Light. Yeah, Edge of Night first item on that Light. What the fuck? That's so crazy to me, actually. I guess you're worried about Ashe Arrow, but still, it means that volleys get to take down your shield too quite easily. Anyway, that's a freebie. That's a big overestimation from Crisp. That's what gets everyone killed. Because everyone else then tries to come into... Well, gets Tarzan killed. And because Breathe is going bot side and he didn't really want to come to the play anyway, just... Why are you overforcing like that, you know? Feels like a waste of resources. Because Xiaohu should be able to play through a side lane and make a mess of things. Photic has Halo Blades. He did have Cleanse. He didn't have huge attack speed. There was a chance that Breathe could get a kill there, but I don't think he wanted to jump on him while he was on weak side of the map. Because you know likely that Draw is going to be on the same side. I don't think there's a world in which, like, Photic is now alone in mid-game. He's always going to have someone in range to respond to him. I mean, this is just a huge overestimation from Chris. Tarzan's not there. I think if Tarzan's there, it's fine, because you have enough people to just overload the play. Same kind of with Light, but I think Tarzan's more likely to follow up in that kind of terrain. Oh, compliment. Of all the people I've gotten to know in the league scene, you've been one of, if not the nicest and most welcoming. You're extremely giving of your time and welcoming to people who hang out here in the Discord. You're authentic and really push the positive values of people in the league ecosystem further, and I think you're extremely undervalued in a broadcast sense. As I've gotten to know you more as a person than a talent, you're just fun to have a laugh with. I am very flattered. This goes for anyone in the chat, whatever. If you are the kind of people to hang out in Discord and put yourself into online communities and stuff, I always have time for you if you have time for me. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I'm like always around all the time, and you know, I have time IRL at some points anyway I've got to use. But yeah, I mean, if you're willing to sit and listen to me doing my own content and stuff, then yeah, I find it very flattering that people give me their time, so I'm very willing to give people my time when possible and appropriate, and I have the mental strength to in return. So yeah, you know, I'm very happy to I'm very blessed to have the community which I do, of course, which you're part of. Yeah, I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Let's get on with this then, folks. Let's get on with this. So what's happening here? So we've had Weibo overstepping on top side, go straight back into live, and what the hell is happening here? Shanu's pushed up, but because we flipped around in where we were pushing, Breeze was pushing bot side in the last play, which means he left some wards. Shahu teleports onto it. Aki's overchased. Well, this is a case of not knowing where wards will be on the other side. Breeze still dies for this play, though, so actually that's completely fine. Rookie gets the kill. That's nasty as hell. Shahu has been spotted. I remember what happens here, though. So, this is nasty as hell. Really well played from Shahu. Yeah, I mean, Draw just gets a bit smoke and mirrored. Well played by Shahu. Picks up an extra kill. For free. That one was a freebie at the end of it. Rookie's going for the one-shot build as well. He's not gone for Seraphs. He knows that he needs to be comboing in for a really good kill at the start of things. He needs to be kind of getting... His first Luden's proc of the fight is going to be very, very important. His first combo needs to be very high value. I don't think he's likely to be the first target when he has... Well, maybe that's not true. Maybe that's not true. He could go towards Zonius as well second. I think that solves that problem either way. But yeah, he really needs to be kind of getting a really good first combo off of things. They just don't watch the return pad, man. Yeah. I actually wonder whether he should have just gone up towards Rookie knowing he was going to die, but maybe Rookie can tell can trade back. Maybe that's the play. Okay, Soul point over to NIP. Tarzan has had like a million dragons taken against him. Oh, in their last series they played as well versus T1, he had like a ridiculous amount of dragons taken against him. Didn't get a single one in that series. So I think after this series, I think it does get broken in this series, but he has 21 dragons taken against him in a row, which is so stupid, man. Okay. Okay, so Shanji is still a problem, but the map is broken enough, and Weibo are trying to attack from different angles that there are ways onto the backline. Sadly, it's not come to the point where they can use that to go into a big objective win. They haven't managed to get like dragons. If they could take some dragons, I think that would really help them. Now they're on a bit of a timer. I think giving Mountain Dragons and Mountain Soul over to this team is too much. I think when you have the poke Varus, I mean the Mountain Soul has even more value, because by the time you hit a second arrow, likelihood is that the Mountain Soul has also come back up, or at least it can do. I think if you hit them on cooldown, it's not always the case. Because Varus arrows are quite low cooldown. But that just means you're going to get like a couple of hundred damage off of each arrow, as opposed to in a full extended fight. It's just the one time it procs. So yeah, that's nasty. And then obviously the base dragons as well are pretty valuable. Okay. Drow died without cholesterol. Right. He is way out of Narnia. What's he doing out there? Another good teleport from Xiaohu. Xiaohu is a master of this style, or at least he was. It's less relevant nowadays, but he's so good at playing this kind of smoke and mirrors gameplay with the extra kind of like using these wards on the flanks to do nasty stuff. Gets a really good double chain, even though he's not part of the first kill, he's part of the second one. Cyclone doesn't manage to disrupt the backline, but they can't get through Shanji. So they kill Aki quickly. Shanji does blow Ghost and teleport though. Another failing of this comp of Weibo is that their Baron speed is very low. Their Baron speed is very, very low. Which means that they can't even translate that into a Baron rush or something. Shahu playing with fire there. If you hop back to one of them, there's actually a chance that you could get Shockwave between the two return pads, basically. Is this a flash knockup? Yeah. Well, Joe just underestimates his movement speed, I suppose. Or overestimates his movement speed. Heals, thinks he can get out with a heal movement speed, but he's flashed on too quickly there. Okay, back to 1.5 we go. Umbral Glaive in from draw. Surprised it didn't come in earlier, actually. What was his first item? Did I just completely missed his first item then, I guess. Lol. Wait, he didn't have his first item before that point. Right. Wait, a 22-minute Umbral Glaive. Jesus, man. He's earned next to nothing. Damn. That's not a very happy Ashe support in terms of gold. I don't know, man. NIP's bot lane, it worries me sometimes. I think in playoffs they ended up leveling up a decent amount, but this bot lane is prone to quite high-profile positioning mistakes. I guess that last one doesn't count as a positioning mistake per se, but there are worries I have about that. 30 seconds till Dragon, fighting over mid-prio. Rookie has teleport, Shanji doesn't. Shanji has just got himself a second item for this fight. Shanji is probably the most important member of NIP if he can play things right. Because there is no one that can kill him in a timely enough fashion on Weibo. So if he makes the fight about him, bloody hell, very close. But yeah, if Shanji can just stand at the front of the team fight, there's not really much that Weibo can do. So, yeah. That's kind of rough. So, Weibo delay. They're taking side lanes. Are they going to give up... They haven't given up Sol for this. They have given up positioning on Dragon, which may lead to Sol. What does Rookie do? Does Rookie look to back off and teleport in? Presumably. I think it's better for that than rather try and look for a Shockwave kind of TP cancel or something. Shahu's spotted on the flank. He also could have teleported himself. This is a late teleport in. Aki gets burst out, man. Tries to go for the drive-by. That sucks now. Because Mountain Soul kind of loses you the game, I think. I don't see how they outvalue Mountain Soul now. Just, the Soul stops so much of what Weibo wants to do. Shanji's going to be unstoppable. That poke Varus is going to do next to nothing. Did they even lose someone in the retreat? No, not quite. Xiao has to teleport out. Close run thing. Okay. Oh, Breathe's gone for the quick blades, but not quick blades, whatever they are. They're not Navori quick blades, they're the other thing. But they basically do the same thing. It's like cooldown on hit. Pretty sure anyway. Which means he just, like, when he gets on top of you, he gets a lot of cooldown on and a lot of mobility because his leap strike's always up. Once he actually starts auto-attacking anyway. If he gets a good auto-attack reset, then just his cooldowns immediately come back. Okay, Tarzan. Wow, Rookie feels so strong right now, even without a Zhonya's, that he can just walk in just with Mountain Soul and think he can hold his ground there, which is pretty big. Flash away from Crisp. Just play behind Shanji. Makes total sense. Yeah, I think now you see the real problem of... I mean, this is the worst possible game state for Lights. You're against a Mountain Soul. You have a front line that you can't kill. The back line gets another shield before your second arrow's up. And you have to put yourself out of position to hit most of them anyway. What happened there? Oh, doubly away from the Verisol. Sucks. Kind of has the same art as Triforce. It's very similar, yeah, the triple blades. I think this should be a slow bleed out now from Weibo. I think this is not looking great. I don't even know if they are in a position. I mean, they are ahead in gold. It's just I haven't really been looking at the gold. The gold doesn't feel important to me. Even though Xiaohu has like a bajillion gold himself over Rookie, it just doesn't matter. He can't utilize it well. You can probably one-shot draw if he's out of position. Hard to get on top of anyone else in the right way. I mean, Rookie also, I guess you can one-shot that as well. If he gets to level 16 before the next fight, level 16 is really big because the Mimic damage goes through the roof at level 16. Maybe that's enough. Yeah, draw still takes a bit of damage, but Mount Sword just makes it so obnoxious, man. Whew, Cliff's a bit lame. Light has a lot of gold too, but I mean, Light has 2,000 gold up on Photic, but it matters so much less that Photic does nothing because he doesn't have to, like, he doesn't have hyper tanks to get through in the same way, and he has a Mountain Soul as well, so he's very happy with that. They don't have the best Baron speed, because it's Poke Callista, but yeah, so you can't do that much in that front. They would have liked to get towards Baron, seeing if Weibo was sleeping and trying to set up towards Elder early or something like that. Misses importantly. We haven't really got to see the arrow into Shockwave combo, because that would have been a one-shot there. The thing about LeBlanc when she's fed is that a fed LeBlanc never gets harder to kill. Not really. I guess they kind of do, but like not in the easy way, right? LeBlanc keeps herself safe by killing you first before you get to do anything. So if she missteps, she still dies. And that's the problem with a fed LeBlanc. You can give her a shutdown so easily, man. It's the LeBlanc syndrome, really. Okay, Photic's spell shield's gone. Okay, so what's Weibo's approach to this? Because Breathe has teleport, but he's not in a game-ending position. He's not even in an inhib-taking position, so he has to teleport in. NIP should know that. So they're teleporting in early. Rookie lands a... Ah, Xiaohu. Ah, how does he mess that up? Because Xiaohu might be able to one-shot Rookie, because he has, you know, crazy amount of gold over him. So, he shorts his W. That's a big mechanical. I think he panicked W's. He panicked W's. And then he gets caught by the shockwave and Rookie effectively one-shots him. And now he's used his flash and used his W. Even if he goes back to his return point, he dies to Photic. So Rookie knows he can flash forward for a QW. If he returns back, Photic kills him. Pretty sure. Well, he just kills himself. Yep. That is the right play by Rookie. You flash forward to force Xiaohu to return back. And now suddenly you have a huge amount of your gold lead off the board. Shanji can just go wail on the back line. Does he have W? No, just about. Ugh. I think Shanji actually plays that pretty poorly, by the way. But it doesn't matter. Photic forgets to press his R key. Photic just lets his support die. Dude, just press your R key. What are you do? Photic, man. What has draw done to you? You played together for forever. You can't hold grudges that long. I think Photic's had a really off series. Draw needed to get punished? Yeah, maybe. And even with your slow Baron speed now, you take this for free. You have Elder anyway. Weibo have managed to get themselves a lot of resources and struggle to use them. Just really struggle to use them, man. Keep going forward. This should be the end of the game. We've got Elder and Baron. Weibo can't get through the mountain shields. Mountain shields. Yeah, I think this is now the slow death. I think if one Ash Arrow hits onto anyone, it's... Well, I mean, as long as it's not special. I think Ash Arrow ends the game now if it hits someone. It doesn't hit someone, so that is at least a swing and a miss there. But this is going to be a lot of gold. Weibo don't have their side lane advantage anymore. You have a teleport from Xiaohu to try and make a play somewhere. But the amount of standing gold has been completely taken now from an IP. Teleport in by Shanji, who's very happy to tank up anything. He doesn't really care. Light doesn't really kill him. Xiaohu, what's he doing here? Ah, spell shield's blown. Ah, that's nasty as hell. Yeah, as soon as the spell shield's down, he just die. He dead. So Xiaohu's not been able to use his gold. Light's not been able to use his gold. End of the game. Hey, Photoguzazaki. Nice, cool. Alright, game 3. Let's have it. Okay. I'm gonna get myself another coffee, and then we'll get back to it. Should get back to it, but I definitely need the caffeine today, folks. And then I'm probably gonna go to sleep for it, not gonna lie. Okay, back in like an amount of time, probably. I'll be back by maybe sometime. Is that how it goes? That one dude on the Arctic expedition. I'm back! I am back! I return! Let's go for game 3! How are we all feeling, folks? Because I am feeling like I need a nap. But that's okay. We will get through this. Alright, let's go. Wait, I didn't even put my headphones on. Are they just like comfort headphones? I actually take them off because it's more likely to give me a headache. Not always. When I've got headphones on, sometimes I kind of speak louder. Because I expect like because obviously when I speak when I've got headphones on, I sound quieter, so I then speak louder to kind of match the volume. So when I take headphones off, my volume goes down as well, and it helps me take care of my voice. I push it less. Okay, Failures Draft. So that means that we have a load of stuff that you can't pick. RNG, not RNG, I see Breathe and I just think RNG. Weibo, after picking Skarner in the first game, they banned it away. They picked the Nautilus themselves. I was wondering if Senna and Nautilus had been picked again. But no, they played it in game 1 as well. Xiaohu doesn't want to give... Rookie is a LeBlanc player, but I wouldn't have said the LeBlanc is like particularly problematic. You know, I think Rookie would be more likely to pick the Aria, the Asol, right? I think that's been like his comfort picks. Rumble's not been picked yet. Rumble was one of the bans early on, but the Tristana has also kind of been perma-banned, I'm pretty sure. So, Breathe is a really good Rumble player. I don't see why you wouldn't pick that through. Okay. And it's also a pick for Crisp as well. Crisp is very good at range supports, even though we've seen him on double melee so far. He is, I think he's one of the better range support players in the LPL. He's happy at playing both, I guess. This has changed Corki. So this is AD Corki now. Typically we're seeing Corki as a poke variant of AD. They tried to get rid of poke Corki. They just brought it back into a different build. His base stats and base damages are much higher, but he doesn't have cat package anymore. But like, oh my god, poke Corki is nasty. And his auto attacks do 1,000,000 damage too. And with a load of priority bot lanes out, looks like we're going towards Lucian Nami. Unless you have a takeaway of the Nami with in terms of like if you have another lane you can play with Nami, but I guess not. Oh boy, are we Zeri Luluing? Oh god. You can have Fearless Draft, you can get away, you can ban out basically an extra 20 champions, and you will still get Lucian Nami, Zeri Lulu. Jesus Christ, what have we come to? So, Weibo tried to go for a really big side laning draft in game 2. Obviously that didn't work. I guess this puts more eggs in the Light basket, which is typically a good thing. Light is insanely good when he's the core of a team composition and he's able to play. There's no Vi on the table yet. Vi tends to be a really good answer into this area. Weibo are lacking CC. Definitely lacking CC. They need to lock in something CC heavy. NIP ban away the Talir. I don't know why they ban away the Talir. I guess it's okay into the Corki. But I feel like NIP just want to ban out... They should be banning out anything big CC combo-y. Because Lulu doesn't really bring that. The Vi makes a lot of sense in that sense. I feel like they should have just banned away that Vi as the first one. That's the obvious one to me, really. Rookie can't play the Talir himself, so there's no point of Weibo banning that. Yeah. I don't know why they banned it anyway. Oh yeah, Shanji can't play Cassante again. I was wondering why you'd ban the Udyr of the Cassante, and I'm like, oh yeah, you actually can't play the Cassante. So. Okay. This is a good takeaway as well, because that would have been a great pickup for Tarzan. Again, you would have loved a CC champion from jungle, like a good CC, range CC champion from jungle to kind of like start off the combo for the equalizer, and then to get Light in for a good position there as well. Okay, more Wombo, no setup. Where's your setup? What can you lock in here? Wouldn't Maokai just be so much better here than whatever you're planning there? Maokai's really good into Lucian Nami too. You need a CC jungler. You really need a CC jungler. Don't you just to go Maokai here? team AoE team fight engage. You have Rumble Maokai. I guess then you have way too much AP. But couldn't you go? Couldn't you go for Jace Maokai instead? Isn't Jace fine here? Xiaohu's a good Jace player. It's fine as the Corki, I guess. Yeah, good Jace Maokai. Would have been great. You also could have gone Yone. Yone Maokai would have been fine. It's extra CC. I guess Xiaohu's less of a Yone player. Yeah, I think that you need CC, like heavy CC from somewhere. What could you have taken from mid lane instead? I mean, you don't really want to go for something like Lissandra. I think Lissandra would have been bad. What AoE team fight could you go from there? You could have gone Annie. Annie would have been fine. Xiaohu's a good Annie player. I think it's fine into the Corki. We saw it played earlier in the day as well. Yeah, I think Annie would have worked. I think you either go for Annie, and then I think the Xin Zhao's fine anyway. The Lee Sin's fine, but you need heavy CC, man. I don't like Lee Sin. Like, what's Lee Sin gonna do? Potential of early snowball, but your team is not an early snowball team. Not really. I feel like with NIP can just stall out for forever with a huge amount of wave clear. Weibo have no way of forcing the pace of the game forward to what Lee Sin needs. This is a really bad draft from Weibo. I think they just lost the plot in the end of the game, end of the draft. I think they saw the Rumble, got all like wide-eyed and were like, "Ooh, Rumble," and then they forgot to actually build a comp around it. Like, this is two halves of one comp. Yeah, this is two halves of one comp. And NIP have got a much better one, right? So you have this top side is actually really good together. This is actually pretty good at skirmishing, pretty good at doing a number of things, and this bot side is obviously pretty good too. I think the Hui fits in with both sides pretty well, but like then there is just a huge disconnect. No one is actually starting the fight for anyone else. And then what that means is that if no one's starting the fight cleanly, you then have to really heavily force into Tidal Wave and Culling, which is really annoying in the first place. But then if that weren't bad enough, you've got a Sejuani ult and a Cannon ult, which will punish you too. While all this is happening, Corki's got great follow-up onto either side of that fight with a huge follow-up. But, like, yeah, Corki can, like, pin twins onto whatever punish comes on next. But because you have to overforce so hard, because, again, you don't have CC. You don't have CC, you overforce. NIP's comp is very good at punishing overforcing, because they have lots of disengage and lots of ways to jump back at you when you try and catch them. So I think that NIP walk away with, like, a huge draft win here. This is not easy for Weibo to play at all. It's very, very difficult for them. I should become a slightly smaller mirror. Do we have the... Ah, we do have the HUD back now. Let's go. We should have individual gold, player gold back. Nice. I guess they brought that in for MSI and it's here to stay now, because we didn't have that last split. Weibo looking for a level 1 of some kind. You don't really get... I mean, you can't really force that fight at level 1. I think actually NIP's comp is okay at level 1. Especially Corki's actually very strong at level 1 again now, because base stats went up really high comparative to before. Level 1 wards traded. You really need Tarzan to do something spectacular early game now. I don't see where else it can come from. And what are we seeing right now? Aki full clearing, completely fine. Good step forward from Rookie. Doesn't eat the level 2 passive trade from not Cassante, Hui. Because Hui needs to hit 2 abilities on you in short order to then get the passive. And again, doesn't actually manage to get the passive trade off. That's where a lot of Hui's damage comes through, especially early. If you eat a couple of passive trades, then you're in kill range. Aki goes top quadrant, goes into bot quadrant. So it's quadrant of quadrant right now. Tarzan, I mean, Aki can't really stick around, but it's fine that he scouted him out. I mean, at the end of the day, Tarzan needs to do something crazy early. Oh, I remember watching. I saw a little bit of this live. Again, I was on the train at this point. On the train back. So, Crisp actually has a really good trade here. Gets the double glitter lance, and as soon as Photic jumps forward, jumps back out of vision. So Photic doesn't manage to get like a great trade there. And then that means that Photic overstays into the mini wave, eats a little bit more minion aggro. Light really shouldn't have given him the extra auto attack either, but you know. Okay, level 3, level 3. You know that Tarzan's on the bot side. There is no way you get caught out by this, surely, right? No way. Aki just goes back into his own jungle. He's fine. Gonna be a little bit further. He's gonna be a little slower to level 4, but that's okay. Gets bot side scuttle. It's fine. Straight to ET. Blows a heal. Heal for heal. It's okay. But this is not what Weibo need. Weibo needs some explosive lead. This game is just so dead in the water if they don't manage to get themselves an absurd early lead. I just don't see that happening right now. Rookie just happy to walk up and do damage. Corki is again back to being quite a big lane bully champion. His base stats are really nasty. You can see that Shahu's at 8, a couple of bad trades, and it's just yeah. Nasty. Also, the Q is much faster travel speed now, so the Q is much easier to hit on people in lane, and the base damage is nasty. Nice. Oh, bubble lands. So the early game you needed to go well, has failed. You've given a kill off to the Lucian. Lucian very much same identity since before the items because he's basically building the same shit. Gets 2 items and you really hurt. I mean you don't go Shiv anymore. But you can very much go for Fire Cannon and do nasty stuff there. Pretty sure anyway. Actually not actually sure what the I mean the thing about Lucian is that it's about his first strike and kind of going forward with the Imperial Mandate and army rather than any items which he's building. Because he got that first strike at that point. Rookie going... Oh, he's going towards Triforce. He's not going towards Lethality build. Huh, that's interesting. I thought he would go towards Lethality. Lethality Corki is really nasty. I guess in this game he actually has the ability to auto-attack a lot of champions though. There's no one who can really hard CC him. If he positions well, he should be able to get good auto-attack uptime, I suppose. Although I still feel like Lethality is just so broken. I don't see why you wouldn't go for it. Okay, Tarzan actually gets good timing on bot side. No teleports to respond. Photic dies here, surely. Yeah. Ooh, solo kill for Rookie. Another Rookie solo kill onto Shahu. Okay, so at least that's a kill back to Weibo. It's a kill into Tarzan. You would have loved it onto Light. Yeah, I mean, you would have really liked that to go onto Light. You don't manage to deny the cannon wave onto Photic as well. The wave wasn't in a fantastic position to deny them. Yeah, what happens here? I mean, this is just new Corki damage, I suppose. He just steps up too far with no mana. Damn. Oh. New Corki base stats. So yeah, so he's just going straight for the Triforce build. I didn't expect that. I thought it'd be full lethality. Does mean that NIP don't have the same kind of like... They sort of had her outrange before because they could go Sejuani with a full poke combo. What's happening here? Aki just Qs away, that's fine. Good rotation with Crisp. Brief moment to make something happen there from Aki with the ult against no flash Shahu. Early drag went over to NIP, although all 3 grubs went out to Weibo. I don't think this is an easy game for Weibo to use grubs though. I feel like the amount of wave clear in NIP is quite high. I feel like, you know, Cannon's not got the best wave clear. I mean, he's fine. He can kill waves quickly, but he can't walk into a wave against an enemy champion to kill it. But Rookie will clear waves really quickly. Photic will kill waves really quickly. So you don't get to hit towers that easily. And if you over push into someone like Sejuani coming out of Fog of War, no one is surviving that. There's no one tanky enough to do this. This is 1410. This is 1410. That's the patch. I can't remember what it is right now, whether it's 1411 or 1410, but it's one of them. And Breeze's doing fine on this top lane pick. Oh, it's worth noting he'll probably go for the Blackfire first item, I guess. Wait, no, he doesn't need it. That's the mana item. Yeah, I don't know, he'll still go... No, he'll still go Landry's. What am I talking about? Damn. Oh, it's 1411 current patch? Right. Yeah, this is 1410, so... By the way, even on the older version of on the Corki we've had for before the AP Corki version, Rookie was like the one person in LPL I would give the Corki pass above everyone else. He's yeah, he is very good at this champion. I think I would have gone lethality this game. I've been speaking about that this whole game, man. Completely agree. I think lethality Corki is kind of broken right now. Okay. Aftershock's taken off. Thought he could kick into QW. He's got a really good, yeah, I mean, Tarzan, really good understanding of the kill threshold there. Rookie was in base. He was on a reset. Shanji needs to be a little bit careful here. Okay, ults the wave, so kill. Oh my god. Shahu's actually starting to come up really well on this top side. Rookie can kill everyone here, though. Needs to be really careful. Corki is very strong. Has a Triforce spike. So, I think Rookie goes, you know, he's got Triforce spike, so he needs to recall. But I think that... I was not watching on 1 speed. That's why things look super quick. Yeah, I think that Weibo spotted out that... They kind of sniffed out that it would be the Triforce spike. And they managed to go for a really big kind of like set of plays, which could have worked out even, well, hugely in their favor. Because it's such a telegraphed recall, you need to back. I mean, Triforce is such a huge back that you want to recall for it as soon as you get that gold. But I think they maybe it was a bit telegraphed at that point. Okay. Dragon's going down. Corki's going against Breeze. I think at this point, Rookie is the strongest person on the map, actually. I think that's fair to say. I think that Triforce Corki spike with this build is absolutely nuts, so. Need to be very, very careful of him. Okay. What's Shanji doing? I mean, he's got no one to combo up with right now. Okay. Ult for Flash is whatever. I guess it means that Xiaohu just doesn't get to play with Flash this entire game, which is... It's okay. I don't think it's like a win condition for NIP. I don't really see what the Flash on... Removing Flash on Xiaohu does. It doesn't suffer from wave clearing. Don't think it changes the lane matchup that much. He was already going to lose to the Corki. Now he just wave clears gracefully, I suppose. But I suppose as an ult for a Flash, still okay. Okay, Xiaohu's gone for Blackfire, so he's gone for the burn item. Interesting. I guess a lot of major items were kind of shit, so... And it's a quicker power spike than something like a Seraph, so it means you don't have to have the tier fall off. Kind of still kind of surprised though. Think this is the Ludens game on Hwei? Yeah, I agree. I think Ludens would have been more than fine. I think Seraphs doesn't save you from the burst combo. You don't need that. I think Ludens gives you value against everyone but Sejuani though, which is completely fine. I agree. I agree. I think that the Blackfire is not awesome. I don't know why you went for that. Okay, Imperial spotted up. Shanji has teleports. No great teleport wards. Of course, you don't have package anymore for Corki, which is going to really mess with my kind of understanding of the champion. He still can't walk into an overheating rumble. I think that he's strong, but you know, he's not that strong, especially when it's against the Andrews, you know. Okay, so they give up the Herald and 6 grubs for outer turret. I suppose, again, we said this before, that it's quite hard for Weibo to use the, use grubs. Really good W, actually. If he gets caught by Xiaohu there, he 100% dies. So now Weibo are trying to, like... They're trying to force, while they have Rookie's W down, and while he's on low HP, just as they've got Herald, just as they've got good HP advantage, and they've got good itemization, but they overforce. This is what we said from draft. Weibo need to work really hard to find their combo. because they have so little HP and CC. They can't really stun people in place. But you're against a composition which does really, really well at punishing you. One of the changes that came into Kennen, by the way, is that you can ult. He doesn't stop when ulting anymore, which is one of the big things. Yeah, you see right there? Kennen, you used to have a momentary stop when you pressed ult, kind of same as Renekton, and a couple of other champions of that era. But that's been removed, so we actually can just ult while moving now, and that's what happened there with Shanji. It allows him to kind of get on top of the targets a little easier. That's a big change to Kennen, actually. Huge change. Big buff. You used to be able to stop that little moment by flashing, which is why Kennen ult flash was so big. Anyway, Weibo seen off of this top tower. And now we get to see whether Weibo will ever actually get a hit a turret again. They'll have Herald for it, which will break down something. I don't think they'll get full mid turret off of it. I think that's very hard for them to. That's a bit of a hard ask. Tarzan comes out. Okay, finally. They the big slew of plays which led to that top lane play meant that eventually NIP had one person who hadn't managed to get a good reset in time to defend that turret. So Weibo do manage to get something off of that hard force top around their item spikes and Herald. I just don't think it's enough. They're even gold, which is not great. Collect a fire cannon now for Photic. He's so happy with where his build is at. You know, Shift doesn't give you the same kind of wave control, but you're completely fine with how this itemization's gone. And maybe you'll get to the point where you can one-shot with Tarzan Xiaohu if someone gets into basketball. Bloody hell, the damage. Okay, Jesus, man. Okay, so... good trade. Corky's not here yet, but doesn't need to be. Good combo by Xiaohu, actually. That forces Photic's gone to the retreat. That could have gone a lot worse. If Xiaohu doesn't hit that combo, I think that someone's getting flash blown. But the combo's still enough to stop the Herald getting anything. I don't think you ever hit a turret again now. I don't think you actually get to hit a turret. I think the only way you hit a oh my god. That ain't it. Well, that's a flash for free. Yeah, I guess Xiaohu really is playing this game with that flash. Dragon's up. Now, if Rookie was poke build, I think you get a much higher item spike here. He needs to... what? Maybe you can regen off jungle. Maybe. You have a little bit of poke to work with Hui. Okay, gets a bit of regen from jungle there. Photic's got fire cannon, so he's the longest range person left now. And Corky rockets are going to do something as well. So Weibo can't even start the dragon. They can't even start dragon. They actually might even die if they go force too hard into mid lane as well. I guess NOP don't hold the angle that well. But Aki's just regen up because jungle item, jungle sustain is still pretty powerful, even though it's been nerfed over time. So Weibo, they don't have equalizer. They don't have any CC to lead off the fight with. They have like one miracle kick from Tarzan and that's it. He's spotted, so he can't even do that very well. Equalizer's not up. Gotta leave it, don't you? Steal or nothing. I mean, you're realistically only looking for a steal. I don't think you can force a fight. Not the best tidal wave ever from Draw, actually. That's not great. At least Xiaohu misses his ult. That could have gone a lot worse. But like, how do Weibo start a fight, man? How do they start it? Na 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 na. I'm gonna start a fight. Can't even remember who did that. I remember it being a really annoying song when I was in school. That early 2000s pop craze. I was too busy listening to my own music and not liking mainstream music. There were some good bits though. Kings of Leon, they were good. I like Kings of Leon. Okay, so NIP get themselves to solid points. Slightly ahead in gold, even on towers. Down on grubs, but they don't care because they have enough wave clear to stop grubs being useful. Yeah, this draft from Weibo necessitated them being super far ahead. They haven't managed that. They're gonna lose probably. You're hoping for maybe a Baron throw, an overcommit into a choke point. Yeah, there's still a chance that NIP overcommit into a choke into Hui Rumble. If you eat full combos from both of them, it's oh, it's pink, right? Cool, appreciate it, Drew. Rookie has Infedge. Tarzan's looking for the hero play, I guess. I mean, what else are you gonna do? Light can maybe skate into a good position, but so Rookie's top side. Out of position for a big fight. Eesh, doesn't get a really good kick target. I mean, someone's gonna look for the play. Even when you're doing this, though, I mean, do they have good enough... I guess they had good enough flank vision control to know that Shanji was unlikely to get a good angle. You can't 100% clear that, I suppose, but... Man. And because you actually have, like, actual DPS 80 carries, you can actually damage Baron while Shanji's getting out of vision. I mean, Crisp is just 100% dead. Well, he might flash out, but yeah, it's looking a little bit doomed. Oh, dear. Does that buy enough time for Tarzan to come back? That's a poke equalizer, but look how little damage it does. Look how little damage it does, man. I mean, Weibo's comp is just ass. What do you do? You have 0ZZ. You can never pin anyone down. Because NIP have, like... I mean, Corki has mobility. Cannon has some mobility. Lucian obviously has the mobility. Sejuani has Q. The only person you can pick off without mobility is Nami. Like, everyone else can just hold on to their mobility, and you're screwed. You're just completely screwed. I actually don't think you need a tank. I think you just need some hard CC. You need some engage. I think, you know, like, Rumble's not bringing anything to the table. Lulu's not bringing anything to the table. Lee Sin gives you limited engage. Hui is limited, very conditional as well. You just don't have teamfight engage. I think they were worried that they didn't have any... I mean, I think you could have gone Maokai Jace. I think you could have gone Yone if Xiaohu was a Yone player, but he's not. So, yeah, you could. I think Xiaohu should have gone Annie. I think Annie makes your life a lot easier. Like, a lot easier. Yeah, sure, yeah. I think tanks help in a lot of ways, for sure. And I think it's, yeah. Typically, they do bring in the engage, you're right. By default. Well, soul points on the table. And if NIP gets soul, I mean, Weibo already can't lock them down. The fact that they have permanent extra move speed and then get momentary bursts of movement speed as well, like, this is actually a... Man, whistle. Teeth whistle. Yeah. This is a this is a Cloud Soul which can actually really be a thorn on your side. Shanji has flash, didn't have to use that in the last play. NIP are under no threat to go towards this though. They can leave it as they want. Get themselves a freebie in mid lane. Oh, okay. I mean, at least Tarzan gets the smite. I think that's fine from NIP. It stops Elder going onto the table too. I think this is actually I think this is completely fine from NIP. They get themselves in a turret, they get themselves some extra gold, they outscale anyway, they've got an Infedge now on Photic who is very happy with life. And it's not like... And Weibo don't get something like an Elder flip. I think they can... And the Weibo can win through a Baron flip or an Elder flip. By making sure that Soul's not taken, but traded for good gold instead. You make sure that Weibo don't have one of the extra kind of late game objectives to make a big play around. Light takes a fucking hell. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of damage. I saw him revving up. You know, you gave him the Imperial Mandate and everything. So, blam. That's one auto. He doesn't even have to ignite him. Jesus, light flashes and still dies. Wow. That's insane. Well, I mean, that's game, right? That's got to be Baron, right? I don't think you... Yeah, that's got to be Baron, right? Shanji doesn't have... Sonya's, that could have been dangerous. Yeah, surely that's game though, right? You don't have your AD carry. NIP looking for the turn, I suppose. They got Sejuani ult still. Not the best. I don't think Shanji was in a great position to follow up either. I think Shanji could have potentially punished harder though. I guess his E was still down after teleport and he didn't have Predator belt, so he'd lost a lot of his mobility, but yeah. Rege's a full more. Wow, that's a whole lot of damage. Yeah, I don't like the Hui build either. I think you needed to be like, I think you need to go for Ludens and just look for the one-shot burst where at all possible. Sarah's gone Blade Quick Blades or whatever they are. Are they still Quick Blades? Are they still Navari Quick Blades? Good sidestep. Still has to flash. I mean, like, Weibo have to fight so hard for minor victories, whereas NIP, it's so easy for them now. Can even have their bot lane hang off away from Baron. They can be the ones warding it off. Last chance saloon. Trying to avoid the... I mean, NIP are trying to avoid the Baron flip. Not a great kick. Ugh. They actually managed to get jungler down before the... I mean, oh Jesus Christ, NIP. Are you kidding me? What? What is Aki doing? He just queues onto the equalizer, doesn't get himself... Aftershock. Goes straight into breathe. Are you kidding me? Photic ends up face tanking both carries. At least Rookie gets Baron. What is Rookie doing during this fight? What is happening here, man? What is going on in the House of Commons? So Rookie gets some decent damage down, and then he just goes back to finish the Baron, I guess. Could he done anything else different though? When does he use his Valkyrie? I assume it's still up now. Get some damage down. So his Valkyrie's still up. Could Rookie have jumped on the backline? Maybe. I think maybe Rookie could have jumped on the backline. At least he gets Baron. Why did he dash out of the pit? Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like he could have jumped onto the backline to kind of relieve some of the pressure on Photic. That was messy from NIP. I don't think they knew what they wanted to achieve in that fight. They allowed Weibo way too close to that Baron. That very much could have been a flip into a loss. Jeez. The kick's okay from Tarzan. Aki queuing like that, though, is utterly unforgivable. Jeez. Yeah, Aki plays a really bad fight there. So close. Hey, Arrow, thanks you so much for the, thanks so much for the raid. We're just going through the last game of Weibo and IP. This, we're not gonna, like, go beyond that. I am tired as heck, guys. But I really appreciate it, joining in. Got a little while left of this. We just had a Baron Burger flip of pretty tremendous value. Somehow NIP walked away with it. Not exactly sure how, but they did. Shanji's off vision but doesn't have flash, so we can't get too much through there. What the hell's happening with the Photic? So Photic actually gets kicked back by Tarzan. Nice games. Yeah, the games were sure something. So Rookie actually finally gets an opening to go into Light, which is nasty as heck. Light cleanses the Ignite, but it's too late at that point. I mean, it's Corky's late game. Okay, Soul finally taken, but even then it's a messy fight for an IP. Like, what happens with, does Photic dash into the Lee queue? What happens here? I mean, Breathe's completely sold out. Aki just walks... I mean, Aki and Photic don't space well together. I mean, Aki maybe could have just walked further up. Because him being so close to Photic is what gives Photic, gives Tarzan the angle into Photic. Miscommunication between the two of them, I suppose. Photic needed to dash forward to get the kill damage, but yeah. I mean, still it's light down, and light is a huge amount of how Weibo want to clean up fights now at this point. So, still, I suppose a win for NIP. Rookie just walking forward with a more, I guess. Jesus Christ. Infedge crits are nasty. So I am still so surprised this is not a poke Corki, actually. I think that lethality Corki would have been absolutely mega. Damn, son. Ooh, more saving his life. I guess that's the bonus of like Triforce more Corki, especially with the base stat changes. I think that Corki is like really good at kind of like being a bit of a battle AD carry again, who can just keep running forwards with decent base stats. Lucky to get away with that one though. He has no mana. Lol. Light, my friend, you do not have cleanse. That is a dangerous situation for you. Chan just kills him, doesn't he? Aye, he misses the Q. He misses the Q. I mean, don't you just prod about onto him and all? He Qs a minion. Don't you just ult prod about? Doesn't that kill him? Pretty sure that kills him. Yeah, I think that's not great from Shanji, actually. He gets away with it. He gets away with it. I don't think he should have gotten away with it, but he does. That's kind of dangerous there, actually. Q onto Photic. Well, I guess Light just kind of panicked, started clearing side waves. It's a good punish from Shanji. It's good for him to be in position to punish. He played it quite poorly in terms of execution. That Q missing could have very much cost him. Okay, Breathe uses the zonies to get free wave clear. Not gonna be enough. I think Breathe has actually had a very good series. I think Breathe actually really stood up for himself, but I think that Xiaohu and Tarzan are just, I don't know, man. And Crisp. Like, mid-jungle support are not on the same page yet. Makes sense for a new trio coming together. Are we ending the game here? Can we? Light might kill them all. Guys. Oh, we go. Okay, holy crap. Not another, at least we don't get another Nexus int. Jesus Christ. Mianeth, thanks for the follow, by the way. NIP don't look clean. They don't look clean, but then again, Weibo look even less clean. I think the trio, the jungle, mid-jungle support are not looking very well drilled right now from Weibo. That's kind of to be expected, I suppose. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining. Yeah, this is my first stream back for a little while. So, yeah, nice to at least just get some streaming hours back in. I'm on broadcast tomorrow for LPL, so catch me there with Munchables. Joe and I will be doing those games tomorrow. Initially was meant to be on today, actually, but then my everything's a mess. I just came back from holiday, so I needed the break, really, and kind of sort life out. But yeah, Arrow, thanks so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. I am sad that I am leaving so soon, otherwise I would have, I guess, said hi to a few more of the viewers, but yeah, I'm gonna find someone else to raid you guys to, basically. Let me very quickly get myself logged in here. What do you mean SMS code? Has it been so long that I actually need to log back into my Twitch on my desktop again? Jeez, okay. Fair play. Was it really that long? Was I away for more than 30? Surely not. That sounds weird. Weird. Whatever. Dash is on. We'll send you over to Dash. Can't really think of anyone else who's on. Yeah, cool. That'll work. So this is Dash. You know him. Classic League host. Anyway, go say hi. Enjoy whatever he's doing. He's just chatting right now. Don't know what he's chatting about. But yeah, thanks everyone. I'll see you in a bit.